Shakira.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to another YuSkool episode. This just so happens to be our third annual New Year's Cousins episode where we get together. We started this 3 years ago doing this on New Year's
Day. Yeah, I believe it was the first ever YuSkool podcast. This is a 3-year-old podcast now.
That is amazing.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, Huel. In our original Hank's Look Around Cafe.
Hank's Look Around Cafe.
I should have guessed you were going to play that.
Oh, I was quick.
And we got Boney's on the board. Okay, we'll get this show started. This show will start in a matter of 10, 9, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0. Today is 358 days until Christmas, which just so happens to be January 1st, 2021.
Insane.
This is episode number 62.
Oh, boy.
We'll introduce the table, and we'll get to the man who's pushing all the levers, pressing all the buttons. I am on home plate, the Turkey Machine, Al Baby, Reverend Al, Sweet Al, Al Pastor, DJ Sticky Buttons, etc., etc. All names I've given myself. To my right, on first base, is Frost the Man.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be back here at YuSkool's birthday, third birthday, right?
That's right.
Yes, sir. 3 years old.
Are we 2 years old?
This would be the third
2 full years.
New Year's. So 2 full years.
Our
You are
first
correct.
episode, we were born.
That's right.
Second birthday.
So 1, 2. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So 2.
second birthday. Happy second birthday.
Second birthday. But it's the third annual.
Third.
So on second base, we have your favorite, The Bone Show.
Oh, boy. That's right.
Welcome.
Been pimping since the skimper started skimping. Oh, baby.
And it all started, ladies and gentlemen, on WMJC. What is it?
KRJC The Wave.
Actually, with both of you guys, we've talked about that before, but that's why they're so skilled.
Comes
right.
full circle. We things that we've learned in our life and the lessons we've learned and the stories we've told all come full circle to this moment right here, to the YuSkool universe.
So let's give a cheers to 2021. I will literally give you a cheers because I have a mug that says cheers. Thank you to Bones who gave me this Norman mug, as you guys can all see.
Beautiful.
I saw a mug with your name on it and said, I got to buy that. That was a good score.
Oh, the coffee tastes better.
I believe Cheers full seasons are on like Netflix or one of those. We started getting, quarantine. You start getting into all kinds of shows.
I've actually gone through their seasons twice. And I have to tell you that my favorite time frame is when Woody is like into his first year of being a bartender at Cheers.
Yep.
And they're just, I do like the Christy Alley years.
But Diane. There was something when it was, Diane was there. You had Woody, Carla. Who else?
Carla was great.
Yep.
Kramer.
Oh, that's right.
Or what's his name? Kramer?
Was he Kramer in that show?
No, that's from Seinfeld. Kramer.
Frasier.
Yeah, he was Frasier.
And then the mailman, right?
Yes.
Craig. Was it Craig?
No, it was. Why am I drawing a blank?
He's in every Disney movie.
He's in all those.
All the Toy Stories.
It's Norman.
Cliff
Clavin.
Cliff
Clavin. The
That's
mailman.
right.
Cliff Craig.
I don't know why I was drawing a blank on that.
That's all right.
He, by the
Still
way,
got
has
it.
a beautiful mustache.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
The Cliff Clavin.
Yes.
Also a mama's boy.
Actually, that should become a style of mustache.
Quick question. When
Clavin.
Cheers started, Woody was like the busboy, right? He just cleaned up all the messes. And then you're saying he became the bartender by like season 2, 3.
Well, maybe he was just a barback always.
Oh, okay.
Was he ever? I don't know.
No, there's got to be a point where he pours somebody a beer.
He does pour beer.
Yeah.
But he started as a barback.
Yep.
From a like a country boy from like middle of Iowa or something.
I don't know. I just remember Carla on that show always reminded me of Pat from the VI.
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys remember Pat?
I do.
Shorter lady, but she was like the boss. you know?
R.I.P. Pat.
Yes. R.I.P. VI. I don't even know if that'll ever be back.
It came back.
And then it
It's
I think there's a sticker on the front, like they're trying to sell it again, or I could be wrong. 2021, who knows?
Yeah,
Fresh start.
That's all part of it, I think. Although I don't feel like my 2021 was that, or my 2020 was exactly that bad, because I never stopped going out to eat. I never stopped going to the bars. I kept working. I never was off.
So good and tasty.
Thank you, Meryl Howard Kalin. And by the way, Bones is in charge of the levers.
So Brother Brad set the bar pretty high. I think that's still probably one of the best episodes. I actually commented after I watched it. I said, I've never seen anybody so quick with the buttons. So shout out to Brother Brad. I'm going to see if I can at least achieve somewhat of that level of greatness. We'll see.
He did a really good job that one night.
Yeah.
And I wish he could be here every time, as well as Cowboy Chris, who we changed his name to Cowboy Christmas because he's not a big Christmas fan. Huh. But
that was catchy, though.
It is a skill to be able to just
run a board.
Yeah, exactly. Sample. I think they're called samples, right? To play the samples, just like a keyboard right there. You know.
I can't do it because I'm trying to pay attention to what we're talking about, and if I'm over there thinking about which button I'm going to press,
right,
there's not going to be a whole lot of talking going on.
Yeah, you almost need the lead, and then you have the controls. And then, like, I'm trying to be like a sniper, right? You guys were talking, we're all talking, and I'm just throwing in facts or stories, right? I'm more of like a collective help.
And also tossing in zingers.
There you go. I got a few zingers.
That's a great
zinger. That's a zinger right there. Sorry, excuse me. That was, yeah.
Okay, so the first topic I want to talk about. Have you guys seen what the hell Dave Portnoy is doing right now?
Negative.
This guy is amazing.
Barstool, right? The Barstool fund for small businesses, I believe.
Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy, the El Presidente. He is taking matters into his own hands after, being critical to the state or to the government, saying, hey, what the hell? We got all these small businesses. You're handcuffing these guys. You're not letting them do their stuff.
Right.
And they're going to lose their business because of it. They're not going to have, they can make a lot of money off say like a restaurant that has a bar. They make a lot of money off the bar. Yeah, they can do takeout and stuff like that.
But alcohol sales is where the profit is.
Yeah, and what's the difference between Costco serving me a slice of pizza and a family-owned business or one of these other places? Yeah, I totally understand where if I want to go have a drink and say watch the Rose Bowl right now, why can't I go into a restaurant and, if we're practicing distancing and you're I completely agree. I mean, you couldn't have more opposite ends of the spectrum. It was almost like, everything in your day-to-day was almost the same. Bones's year was like accelerated, worked more days than ever, and my job basically doesn't even exist anymore. I was a substitute teacher, and I think my last day of work was March 6th or 7th. So it's like we have the whole spectrum here, which is good. That's what America is. That's what different views, different perspectives. And, what a wild year, 2020, man. Wild year. But I agree. It definitely, you can be Republican, Democrat, whatever it is. But just to be human, and Dave Portnoy talks the talk and talked a lot of shit. I'm sorry, excuse my French. And it's one thing to say stuff, but another thing to back it up. And I think they're at like $15 million.
$15 million he's raised.
That's
really
insane.
So basically, if you're a small business, say you're a mom and pop pizza shop,
right,
and you have 7 employees, but your business, you're not selling pizza pies like you used to, the pizza pie, and you got to sell
pizza pie.
You got to sell the pizza pie,
the meatballs
to put food on the plate of this family, this family, this family, this family.
Right.
So you got a lot of mouths to feed.
Right.
So instead of those companies going out of business, he used his platform and he said, hey, listen, I'll use my platform. I'll give the first $500,000 and then we'll do a kind of a GoFundMe type of thing, but GoFundMe took too much percentage.
Yeah.
So he found a smaller GoFundMe. Anyways, you raise that money and then we'll support this business. And say they need $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month.
Right.
He'll give them the 15, 20, whatever, 30,000.
There was stipulations, right? Like these businesses were people that not refused to close, but refused to lay people off and started paying people out of their own pockets to keep these families, like you said, keep people getting paychecks month to month, because the government stimulus thing came and it went, and the pandemic still around. So I think, there was stipulations. It would be like Dabani's and Escalon, I'm sure, or Hula's. You had to have been in business, I think, for X amount of years, family owned. You didn't lay a bunch of people off and collect the insurance money. You tried to fight through it. And so what he's trying to do is, you see those videos, he's calling these people, and it's just changing their lives. You know,
he's saying, I will give you $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 every single month, as long as you need it, until the handcuffs have been taken off of your company.
Wow.
Yeah.
And get this, Guy Fieri just hopped on board. He's like, hey, I see what you're doing. I like it. I'm going to help you raise some money.
He actually had one before just for restaurants. I think Portnoy's helped small businesses, restaurants, family-owned, operated things, whereas Guy Fieri actually did one where he raised like almost $20 million just for restaurants, and I forget what his was called too, but yeah, I mean, these guys, like we just said, they're stepping up, and you know, I mean, there's places around Escalon that you can tell, like, they're just not going to make it, you know?
So, I mean, we need to be using the YuSkool platform. We could raise at least $60, I feel.
Well, here's what I'm going to do, though. This is a little bit different, but kind of a different platform. We are going to do, at least I'm going to put my effort into doing a blood drive for our buddy Scatman.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because he is still in need of a kidney, and we don't have anybody yet. We don't have a good donor yet. So we're gonna raise some blood. We're gonna have a blood farm. We're gonna harvest some blood.
There you go.
Sweet.
However you want to put it. And as soon as we can, we're gonna get it going. I think I got to get with.
Now, is this like a black market thing we're going to do in the back of someone's truck, or is this going to be legitimate?
We'll
dark web. This is all on the dark web, guys.
Put it in my refrigerator.
Yeah, right?
No, I think Red Cross has a program where you have a blood drive, but then that blood that you donate, gets put towards Brian in his name, and that moves him up the list for the next donor.
Yeah.
Right. I believe that's
Uncle
what
Jake
happened
did
with
that.
me. Yeah. When I lost my leg, I believe they had a blood draw that was in my name, and it wasn't like I needed all this blood, but when you raise the awareness and you raise the donations, you know, it sends your blood all over, you know, like whatever you can raise and donate might not save my life, but it saves
Not just
someone
somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a worthy cause. I believe, I'm not sure if they go place to place. Like when they did it for me, they held it at the church, at our church. But I think you might have to just go in the way things are today.
Which is going to be tricky for us because you do have to have it at a certain location, a remote location where people in your community can come
and get together.
Right.
But we have to follow. We're going to have to. I'm sure they have some COVID rules that we're going to have to follow. So.
True.
Yeah.
I'm going to find that out on Monday.
Do you guys even know your blood types?
Oh, pause.
Oh, you are.
You're
Check
good.
you out.
You're actually that's a good thing. I heard what coronavirus is really attacking A and B positive or something. My wife was explaining.
I'm A positive. It's the only time I've ever gotten an A+ in my entire life. So
Oh, I don't want to scare you then, but I read somewhere that where it's causing the most blood clots, or that's what COVID is main problem is, I guess, is causing blood clots. And what it does is it attacks if your blood type is B positive or A negative, which one it's A or B, something like that. But I think I'm like O. I'm like something random.
O negative or O positive?
So O is universal. O blood can be mixed with
Maybe that's
A's and B's.
I believe that's what I am.
So A positive can only go to A positive. A negative can only go to A negative. Same with B's. There might be something with the negatives, but yeah, O's can go to anybody. Or O negative can go to anybody.
The only reason why I know what blood type I am because in the Marine Corps I had to put it on everything.
Oh yeah.
My helmet, I think it went on my dog tags. Yep. But anyways, yeah, you kind of get to know who's, because you see on everybody's name tag or on the back of your helmet says their name, then blood type.
I'll say what it has: your date of birth, your blood type.
You're talking about dog tags?
Yeah.
Dog tags, yeah. Date of birth, name, date of birth, what religion you are, blood type.
Oh, there you go. Your Chinese fortune.
Your your MOS, something else. I forget what it was, but yeah. But yeah, no, Dave Portnoy is taking matters into his own hands. He's raising money. He's putting his money where his mouth is, and he's helping a lot of people.
Yeah, and I'm seeing athletes now, or actually I saw Tom Brady yesterday, goes, if you guys can match another $1 million within this hour, he said, I'll put another $1 million. So some of these athletes are getting into it now.
That's crazy.
And I think Floyd Mayweather or something.
There you go.
We're talking big money. I mean, these guys spend $5 million at the sports book, you know? I mean, it's a hit in the nothing to them, you know? It's pocket change. But to a company, it could keep them. That's one of my favorite places in Escalon was Contreras Market. It's Contreras Market, but it was called Los Alteños, the Mexican market in town. You know, you don't have to go to Costco to get meat or, you know, chicken, a salad, you know, to barbecue in the summer, you know. It's right there by my house. I could roll down the street, go get it.
So good and tasty.
And it killed all those little small markets and those little small businesses. It doesn't make any sense that I can go into Kohl's or I can go into, like we were talking, Costco and get pizza, but I can't go sit and watch the game. And if I'm safe and you wipe the tables and clean the tables, I mean, I'm not eating off your floor, right? I'm not going in the bathroom and touching everything.
The other thing that blows my mind is kind of what you're talking about is you can't eat inside of a restaurant, but it's perfectly fine to eat inside of a tent outside of the restaurant.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any damn sense to me. You have a perfectly good building.
Yep.
But you're eating on tables inside the building and you're eating on tables outside the building in a tent.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't get that.
I mean, we can all agree maybe a buffet is probably not the best thing.
Sure.
Maybe sharing one
Actually,
big Kool-Aid juice or like a keg comes on and we were all doing keg stands. Probably don't. Those days are probably done, right?
For a little while.
Right?
Right.
Until the Pfizer vaccine comes.
Moderna. I have stock.
You watch
Moderna.
your mouth when you talk about buffets, though. By the way,
I'm all for it, but I'm just saying some of those things I can see where
Blasphemy.
it definitely killed the smoke circle, right? You're not passing the joint around no more. I mean, those days are done.
Golden Corral, by the way, one of the best buffets in town, just recently closed their doors.
Second to hometown.
For good?
buffet.
For good? Oh, wow.
And Clayton just sent me a link to an online auction.
Yes.
They were selling all of hometown buffets,
Everything inside of a hometown, business shut down, all for sale.
Pictures
down to the last spork spoon. I don't know what a foon is. But you can get the hometown
The
buffet
neon
sign
signs that say
done
hometown
for sale.
Wow.
You could get the booths. So that's what I was telling him. I'm like, for $5, you could buy the 2 benches and the table in between. Done.
I think we needed that for this podcast. And we needed their booth. Like
Yep.
every time we gathered together, it would be just like.
And we could have done a corner one, so you got to do the family.
we're
So if you're the guy
redoing
in the
our
middle that has to
porch.
pee, half the family has to move, so you can go
We're
out.
redoing our porch. I would love to have a hometown buffet bench.
Now
grace
the
my
soft serve
front
ice
porch.
cream machine. Guess what that went for?
Oh, I don't know.
120.
Big money.
$9.25. But it was a triple. It was a triple duty. So you could have had your chocolate, your vanilla, and your swirl.
Well, that's why I went for $9.25. It should have gone for
Makes
more.
sense. But
That
Did
guy
it come with
stole
the
it.
sprinkle tray?
if that was going to be less than $300, I'm sorry, that was going to my kitchen. I was going to buy that.
What did the chocolate milk dispenser go for?
I didn't look.
Okay, because
Yeah, that
that's
would've been
what
a
I
hot
had
one.
my eye on.
You know what I really love about a buffet is when they stack the plates. They're in one of those like steamers.
Oh, the nice
So when
warmer?
you get the plate, it's got a nice.
In the spring, it just loads the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
plate
yeah,
ready
yeah.
to go.
How much those go for?
God, every bid started at $5
I wanted the plate chiller for my salads.
for the clear plates. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But
Anyway, so we want to congratulate Dave Portnoy. He's doing some cool shit. For
I think
the
it's
people.
job, Dave.
15 million. I guarantee you, the way this thing's going, he's gonna get up to the 25, 30. I mean, it's gonna go. And the stimulus thing is supposedly like passed or whatever, but they don't know when who it's gonna help and when it's helping this and that and where it even goes. I was reading a lot of it goes to gender studies in Pakistan, or it's like, it's like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, like come on.
Well, of the $10 million California gave to help restaurants, the governor himself got 3 of the $10 million for his own restaurants.
I'm sure.
Isn't the rule goes, the captain goes down with the ship, right?
Yeah.
So the
Should
last
be.
person to get the vaccine, the last person to get the relief money should be the captain of the ship.
Just like the damn Titanic.
There you go.
He sat in there, and the captain's chair went down with the ship.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom is directing people to the safety boats from inside a safety boat.
Everyone to the
And
basement.
this is where you want to go. Come get in the boat with me, because I'm taking a seat first.
All right, guys. I think it's only fair that
Anyways.
Kevin goes first, then me, then the rest of you. I don't know if you guys
I
remember.
guess Leo can come, right? Leo DiCaprio, you can come with us. Dave Portnoy, American hero. I agree. I'm a big Barstool Sports. I love their betting show. You ever watch him and Big Cat? And there's some crazy old guy, I don't even know his name. They do every Sunday, like their pigskin picks.
I've kind of seen that, but I've never actually watched it.
It's just like a obscene amount of. They try to go over the top, but they actually do some funny. They always shit on the Raiders. I think that's why I like it.
They're the ones that wearing like the gaudy suits
Yes.
with the
Pinky rings and
big pinky ring and the big gold necklace.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump off of great things that Dave Portnoy is doing on Instagram, Twitter, whatever social media, and let's go to what the hell is Britney Spears doing on her social media.
Cries for help. They say cries for help.
If you're in trouble, wear a yellow dress next. Have you seen that?
Yes, I'm actually following this with intense detail because my wife was a big Britney fan and actually has a best friend that is a guy that has his own Vegas circus show where he plays Britney Spears. I can't explain the whole thing. Yeah, is one of her good friends from Bayer. He's I don't think he's gay, but he's bi, I guess.
He dabbles?
Yes, and he dresses as Britney Spears and looks kind of like a male Britney Spears, I guess, as good as you can look. And he does like the whole stage show.
Really?
I'll have to send the link onto
So this is why you're following Britney's.
well, no, just Britney Spears has like a hold on my wife's heart, so we're Britney fans. I got love for Britney, I guess. She had some bangers.
Britney, her videos that she's put out on Instagram and social media, they're confusing as shit. First of all, they are disturbing, and her makeup, for crying out loud, she's probably a billionaire. Hire somebody to put your makeup on.
Yeah, I think that technically everything she has and owns and all of her everything, her house, everything, I think her parents technically own the rights to it. The way her contracts or something are, that's why there's all this craziness call for helps, because they believe that like her father, I guess, is controlling this whole thing.
Okay.
And now I sound like
Is she allowed out?
I guess not. Right. I guess she's only allowed to go like perform, and he controls like everything from not just, her shows and stuff, but like her day-to-day life. She can't even spend her own money, and she's probably a millionaire and never been on like a spending. I mean, maybe she has, but it would be tough to be in that position and not be able to control.
Well, she's got to be spending money because the amount of eye makeup she has on right now has to cost. While it looks like she's been crying in it,
That's what I'm talking about. That makeup.
what is going on?
Unless if her makeup look is like trying to look like she just got done crying for 2 hours,
Yeah.
she's got it dialed in. But I'm pretty sure she's not going for that look. And she's either in like 2 rooms. She's in this bedroom doing a weird belly dance, or she's outside and she'll post 3 pictures of the same exact picture. And she'll do that every single day. And it's just like a weird belly dancer. She's just like,
Yeah, like if spousal abuse was a look,
Right.
This is
and then she's throwing hints
killing it,
within
Britney.
these videos, like you're
It's
saying.
Britney, bitch.
Her what are her fans called?
she's
They're-
just turning in circles.
Right. You know how they have everyone, Lady Gaga has her rascals or
Following
whatever.
or
Yeah,
something?
they have their own little group, their own little clique. Britney has her own little followers, right? So
sure.
I think Lady Gaga's are the monsters, her little monsters. So Britney has her little.
This is just
Britney's-
day drinking. That's all that is. That's
Yeah,
just.
you gotta.
I'm just hammered. And
But
I'm gonna spin in
also,
circles till
she
I fall
doesn't
down.
age. I mean,
She-
give her that, right?
She looks good,
Yeah,
She
she's
still
hanging
looks
out.
like.
but if you
old-
stay inside of the house all day and you never really get the vitamin D, looks like she's in. Looks like she's still getting tan, but she's
Well, I'm
not
sure she
going
owns a tanning
outside
bed.
the house.
Well, no, it's Vegas, right? She's in Vegas,
It's,
so
yeah, it's
you
probably
live
part
at
of
night.
her routine. She
This is
probably
what
has
she's
to go
doing
tan.
after a show before she goes to bed at 8 a.m.
So if you read through the comments, there'll be like somewhere it says like, "Hey, if you need help, wear a yellow dress in the next video." The next video is her dancing like in a yellow
Yellow dress.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Boom.
Yeah, so it's something to do
What
with her
the-
manager or her dad or somebody is in control of everything. Actually, it just went to court. I heard some crazy shit, and she doesn't own the rights to anything. So, like, in order to access her money or any of this stuff, she has to just basically follow the leash and wherever
what it
she's
is.
allowed to live. What kind of life is that? I mean, it's one thing to say be a millionaire.
When you're a
But if-
child,
Yeah,
child
if you're a
actor
millionaire
or-
and you can't spend any of that money on things you want, what is the purpose of having the money?
yeah, I
All
don't
right,
know.
let me see if I can get this to play through. I think this is one where she's talking.
Hi, so I know that there have been a lot of comments and a lot of people saying a lot of different things about me, but I just want to let you guys know that I am fine. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life, and I'm
I don't
sending all
believe
of
it.
you guys a lot of prayers, wishes, and a lot of love. Hi, so I know that there have been a lot of comments and a lot
You
of people
don't
saying
say that unless there's something wrong. Like when
That's just-
people tell you how great life is and stuff, sometimes you have to sit there and be like, they're kind of pushing it on you so hard that, I don't know. It's hard to believe.
Here's a video that she's standing in her bikini, and I'm not sure what she's talking about, but
Well, when she shaves her head, we'll know. We'll know.
Hey.
Right? Didn't she do that
So
last
this is
time?
the exact same bathing suit I wore like 3 days ago to the beach, but I said, hey, why not give it another shot? But while I'm at it, I just wanted to let you guys know the 5 most important things that you need to bring when you go to the beach. A towel, oil, sunscreen, a dog, and a hat.
Huh.
I'm gonna go to my jacuzzi now.
It's like listening to
So
Joe
this is the
Biden
exact
speak,
same bathing.
except
I
that was
always-
all English.
I always forget the dog when I go to the beach.
is that not odd to you?
Yeah, that's. I don't know.
That's a cry for help, I'm telling you.
Yep.
Is your landlord about to plow the field here for a second?
I think so. He's
Okay.
going for it.
The gunshots finally went away and the tractor came out.
When he's
By the
tilling
way-
up the land.
Can we talk about last night's fireworks? I want to tell you, and I saw this meme yesterday, and we're going to get into memes in a little bit, but the meme that I saw last night at about 8:27 was really accurate because it said, my neighbors who are blowing off fireworks would like to tell everybody happy 8:24 p.m.
They're trying to let everyone in the neighborhood know. Happy 824. Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
night, it sounded like Civil War, and then when you guys got here, it sounded like Civil War all over again.
Yep.
That is the one thing about living in the country area is around where we are, they do love guns. And holidays like 4th of July or New Year's. I think even Christmas night I heard someone
Oh,
shooting
yeah.
at Santa or I don't know
Which
what
is
was
the best
going
part
on.
because there's supposed to be an ammo shortage happening right
Yeah.
now, but apparently nowhere in the San Joaquin / Stanislaus greater Tri-County area.
They must have bought it all up around here. But also, like we said, you are by the Sportsman's Club. And I believe they do a little bit of trap shooting, but that sounded more like a murder going on
So just
than a trap
right,
shooting.
right over here by the river, there is a lot of open ground where they like to do trap shooting. I know a couple of those farmers over there, and I believe they like to practice the shooting of trap, and I think that's what was happening.
I think they like to wear off the previous night's celebration. It's like, what do they say? The hair off the dog, you have another beer. Well, the gun also needs one more shot to
Right. Before
hair
you
of the
clean
dog.
it, once you clean it and you put it away and store it away, get a good use out of it.
Yeah. You want to, if you're gonna lube it up one last time and put it away,
That's it.
let's shoot a couple more rounds. Let's smell some.
Let's really blue that barrel. Let's get it
gunpowder.
good and hot.
The smell of America and freedom.
There is nothing I love
The
more
smell of gunpowder.
Yep.
Coming out of a nice 12
Smoking barrel.
gauge side by side shotgun.
than the old Yosemite Sam.
I do. I enjoy that. I for some reason enjoy the smell. Like I can't smoke anymore, but I do love the smell of a good stogie or cigarette, like in the
You
background.
can't smoke anymore.
I mean, I try not to. The lungs are iron these days. They're
Oh, iron lung.
yeah. If I take
Here
one drag
lays
off of
Kyle.
Marlboro,
Iron lung Van Houten.
yeah. So it's even with cannabis, it's gone from smoking leaf to more like vapor. And
Any edibles?
I do enjoy edibles. The problem with edibles is something like this is you don't really know when it might kick in or not. It's not as controllable, I guess. So, it's a fine thing to do, but all of a sudden in 20 minutes, next thing and you don't even know it.
So one of the
Zombie
best calls I've ever been on was this elderly lady, whatever. She has cancer, but she doesn't want to smoke, so she always eats this little bit of chocolate. Well, they bought it. They were out of the type she normally gets, so she just bought a different brand.
10 milligram.
Oh yeah, so it turns out it's like 4 times as powerful, and she did her dose and was just tripping balls.
Yes.
Like we get a call, whatever, rush over there, 911. We come in and it's like. Well, then we figured out, she basically took 4 times her normal dose. And they're like, well, what do you do? And everybody looked around and I was like, do you got any Pink Floyd? And they're like, oh, come on. I was like, no, I'm just saying, it's going to be a couple hours.
Yeah.
Throw on some Wizard of Oz, man. Let's do this.
I'm trying to find the. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, fire up a couple episodes of History's Mysteries.
Oh, boy.
So, was she watching Friday at all?
She was not. No.
Okay.
They were just sitting there like listening to Well, they were actually listening to music. He was reading a book and but I was like, yeah, what do you do? Throw on some Pink Floyd. You got the Wizard of Oz? What is it? The second growl? You hit play?
That's
Of the lion?
That's the next wave, man. It's
Have
the
you done
gold
that?
rush
You've done
to
that,
the
haven't you?
green rush. What's that?
The Pink Floyd.
Dark Side of the Moon,
Yeah.
With the actual record player, my dad's old record player. My brother told me this. This is probably in the 90s when I had first heard about that whole thing. And my brother synced it up through a VHS player and my dad's old Pink Floyd record. And he timed it out. And I was
Drop the needle and boom.
Yeah, there's when they play the song, "The Lunatic is on the grass," and it happens exactly when the straw man or the hay man starts freaking out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many things
Never
that
even heard of
line
it.
up.
Boom, boom, da, boom, 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 boom. That's like the monkeys are coming around, and the monkeys are all jumping to the beat.
You're kidding me.
It's crazy.
There's so many
Yeah.
little things that
All these little
line
things.
up as the movie plays.
I've never even heard of that.
Yep.
If you start the album, I think you have to have
Acid?
the original LP or original CD because now they're all edited and the time
Second-
frames are
It's
different.
like second roar, third, the last roar of the lion.
Yeah.
You hit play.
I thought you were going to say you had to have acid, a record player.
or
and the
this
movie.
old lady's gummies.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, actually, that's
And
the
a
new
bit of
that's the new
chocolate.
wave. Candace, I'm not even supposed to bring it up probably, but she switched from her nighttime medication to a little CBD, and the CBD has, I believe, what's the
Melatonin.
Melatonin, something, right? And
I don't know
that's
that.
all these things now, man.
Well, I
are,
take melatonin before bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't
sleep
know it. I'm
gummies?
eating her gummies all the time.
I
But
love those
they
sleep
have the
gummies.
CBD, the THC. They have all kinds of different
Now,
varieties.
do they have? Because CBD isn't THC, right?
No,
it doesn't
there's-
get you high.
There's like different
good for the
strains of
joints or
THC.
something.
There's THCA, THCB, THC. They're finding so much through cannabis now that it's definitely going to be the green wave, and it's going to be a big thing when the people like Gavin Newsom and all these guys that we hate. But these are the guys that are buying into these
Getting
companies.
into it, making
right,
money.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
They're bending rules.
Right, you see these politicians. That's the one thing about legalization. Everyone thinks legalization of cannabis is this great thing. But legalization means taxation and regulation. So basically now people are in control of this whole process. So I can't just plant in my backyard, grow some super dank and go sell it. Now it has to be from the minute it's a seed all the way through the germination, through the flowering.
We're going to tax the crap out of
They
it.
barcode every process of it. And so for someone like me to sell my super dank, say, to a club is almost impossible now because all these new legalization laws only let these big companies and these big billionaires
Super dank.
in the
What
game.
is super dank?
Well, I'm just saying you can grow some outdoor, get you high, get you through the...
So it's like really good weed. Super
Well,
dank.
some of these people spend 8 hours a day trimming and pruning, guys like me, a couple hours a week and make sure we're feeding schedules and watering schedules. But I know guys that they won't even put water on unless the pH balance is that's like a science. Some of these guys we went to school with could have degrees in plant science and botany, but they chose to...
That is amazing.
They do. They moved to Valley Springs and they just grow dank.
Nice. So what do you think? What drug, if Britney Spears was on a drug, what drug would you say she's on?
Some sort of upper amphetamine. She looks like she's always got this like go, go, go. So I would say some sort of like speed or a low dose of like methamphetamine.
It's just Adderall.
When you get to
Adderall.
that,
That's what Adderall is
when you get to
methamphetamine.
that level of celebrity, right? Don't you go to a drug to change your emotions? Like you need, because like Michael Jackson, he was doing that. Elvis Presley was doing that stuff. Didn't Tom Petty pass away from doing a little?
Probably.
Do a little concoction.
Yeah, I wouldn't throw Michael Jackson in that mix because Michael Jackson was literally having a doctor come to his house, inject IV into him, and I believe he died on propofol, which is like, that's like harder than drugs you get. You go have an open surgery in the
It's like
hospital.
horse tranquilizer, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like
So he was adjusting his own emotions.
Yeah, like you would go into a hospital and go have a surgery or something, and they'd give you morphine or different things. Like they give you propofol when like morphine doesn't work. Like,
But see, so Elvis Presley was doing that 30 years prior, but he was just doing he didn't hire a doctor to come in.
Yeah.
Or maybe he did. I don't know.
well,
He probably
supposedly
did.
his heart gave out on a speedball kind of deal, where Elvis was very into the accelerants like cocaine and meth and things. But then also,
there.
dabbled with the things that slow it down. So heroin, opiates, things like that. So,
Whisker do's, whisker don'ts,
right.
Husker do's, Husker
You can
don'ts.
get your heart pounding, going crazy, and then next thing you know, you take something that slows it down, and you have a heart attack.
Well,
He
they-
wasn't on just snakes and sparklers. No, sir.
They had.
Elvis probably had a great life.
They said that his intestines sounded like a wet gravel rubbing together
Oh, yeah.
because of all the pills that hadn't.
Well, it's not even the pills. He was flying to Memphis to get that greasy cheese pork sandwich slider.
Peanut butter and
Come on,
bacon,
man.
huh?
Peanut butter nanner.
Oh, dude.
Peanut butter nanner
He
sandwich.
was just plugged.
Wake me up
Could
and
you-
feed me a
I-
cherry
and
pie.
I-
You have a whole Elvis thing where you could just be
Oh, I could be firing
You
away
could be
right
firing
now.
off Elvis right now.
You're right.
Now's your
That's a good
chance.
point.
I think like Elvis.
Oh, it is.
though-
It's a whole file. I just saw a picture of him.
Yeah, I think Elvis is in a different category than Britney. Also in the
I
fact
kissed someone last night, and I caught a creeping crud, and if I got it, you got it.
Elvis is one of these things where he could be like have a concert the night before and just get so spun out, say on cocaine or something, where he's going hard all night, and then the next day he's just in straight pain. So now he's going to opiates or something else. So like he's more or less taking drugs to get through the wave of
Time
life.
to sleep.
Yeah,
Time to wake up.
right.
Time to
Yes.
feel a little bit sleepy.
Yes.
Jack.
I love me some gospel Elvis. You know the
Thank you very much.
generation or the time frame of his life where he went through the gospel music. What a friend we have in Jesus.
His Christmas album was playing quite constantly on the.
Oh, we'll have a blue Christmas without you.
That was pretty good. Hey,
He had a couple of them. He had that Christmas album was definitely on the replay. I go to the Rite Aid by our house a lot, and I swear they only play like 10 songs on a loop, and 3 of the 10 were Elvis Christmas songs.
Trying to think of what the other Elvis one was.
well, I'll never be able to hear Amazing
it was
Grace
Santa
and not
Baby.
think of Great Grandpa San's funeral when they played Elvis Amazing Grace. And all of us kids are going, Amazing Grace. And then my mom just grabs me on the knee, the knee pinch.
Oh, yeah.
And then the squeeze, like, I'm going to murder you guys. And then you got the giggles. Because when Alan gets the giggles, then everybody gets the giggles.
The worst was when I got the giggles at Grandma's funeral, and I swore I would never tell this story, but I got the giggles so bad at Grandma's funeral, and that was very embarrassing. But the lady next to me, since I had sunglasses on, she thought that I was crying, and she rubbed my back, and she said, "It's gonna be okay, son." Thank you for bailing me out of that one.
Here we go. Elvis Christmas album. Here we go. Santa Claus is back.
Thank you very
in
much.
town. White Christmas.
White
Here comes Santa Claus.
Hey, here
I'll be
comes
home
Santa
for
Claus.
Christmas. Blue Christmas. Santa bring me my baby back.
Oh, baby.
Oh, little town of Bethlehem. That's the one they kept playing.
Jack.
Oh, he slowed it down?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
So it's all there's a whole Elvis Christmas
Not
album.
only is A Little Town of Bethlehem already a dramatic song, but Elvis slowed it down to just emphasize.
God's too. With a nice tassely jacket.
Oh, sad.
Get it going. Get it going.
Could you imagine going to church for Christmas and all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, on the stage gracing us today,
Get
Mr.
outta here.
Elvis.
Elvis has entered the building. Oh, thank you very much. Scoot over, Pastor. This is Elvis,
I got this.
straight from Graceland. Oh, Elvis.
I will pull your goddamn tongue out by the roots.
Oh, don't say that to the preacher.
Elvis was so mad because there was the media was talking crap about him, and he said he was going to find that reporter that wrote a bad story about him, and he was going to
Oh, boy.
press that button.
I will pull your goddamn tongue out by the roots.
And then he just carries on with the song.
Jack.
See, so I think like you can talk. We're going full circle back to Britney, but Britney is in like a category, but she's not like Elvis, Johnny Cash, Keith Richards, drugs category.
No.
Like there's a whole nother subcategory.
She's getting there. This might be the
think?
beginning.
Oh.
There's going to be, she's she's at that ranking. She's Madonna was the queen of pop. She's the princess of pop or whatever it is.
But she's on her way.
When you hit
she's
that
young
level-
still. She's like, what, our age? Like,
Do
she's
we
our age,
know
40?
her?
I don't
do we
think we're
know
young
her
anymore, but-
Value, her wealth value. Let's check that out real quick. Britney Spears.
I don't want to know.
You know what? Actually, when you said we're going full circle, I forgot that we originally were talking about Britney. So I thank you for bringing
Yeah, we
reeling
circled,
us in.
we circled back.
I'm going way out there.
Here we go. Britney Spears' net worth has Spears' recent available financial documents say $59 million net worth.
There you go.
So imagine having $59 million and you can't spend it. You just get to look at it sitting there, and your manager decides.
If I had $59 million, I would do the Scrooge McDuck.
Count it every day?
No, I just have a giant tank with a diving board and then go swimming in it.
Of course.
Remember that? 'Cause-
Swimming your gold shekels.
Yeah, I don't know how he dove into like a thing full of pennies because I can't imagine
was
that
wearing
being
a
comfortable.
swimsuit.
True,
Yeah.
he was. The old timey one too.
It wouldn't work today. Sorry, Scrooge. It's all Bitcoin.
The one piece with the big white stripes.
Yeah, that's actually was my son's favorite Christmas was Huey, Dewey, and Louie when they wish for Christmas to never end. And every day they wake up and it's Christmas again.
I feel like the listeners are listening to Huey, Louie, and Dewey right now.
Yeah, kind of.
Bingo.
So, anyways,
Let's
Full circle.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break.
oh, breaky break. Okay,
Let's regather. We're going.
that was a lot of drug talk. So we'll see.
Yeah,
if we
I didn't mean to get all serious on there. We started classifying people, and I just think Elvis is in this Johnny Cash, Keith Richards, there's
Michael
like,
Jackson.
Yeah, there's a whole nother
Jimmy.
level of substance abuse when you actually have your own physician show up and administer.
You know you've made it to show business when you have your own doctor prescribing you drugs that you tell them to prescribe you.
When you either own your own Starbucks inside your house or you have your own pharmacy.
Yes.
You've that is success.
You don't go to the medicine cabinet and get an Advil. You call Dr. Andrews over and
who lives in the West Wing. He walks into you through your house because he already lives there, and then gets you whatever you need.
And you tell your maid to wake you up in the middle of the night to feed you a cherry pie.
Yeah.
That's how I know I made it.
But so another thing, side tangent off of drugs. Have you guys watched The Queen's Gambit yet?
That's the checkers or
the chess one?
I have not.
Okay. Well, then we can't talk about it. But that kind of involves drugs. But quite possibly one of the greatest shows to come out of 2020. But we can talk about that in
when
the
we
recap.
come back from our break. We want to go through the pit and peak, which is the highs and lows of 2020, if you have any.
And there are many.
What podcasts you listen to, et cetera. That's going to be in there. We're going to bring up many other topics, but we're going to hear from some of our sponsors right now. YuSkool.
Real quick, can I just give you a hit of Little Town of Bethlehem by Elvis Presley?
I don't know if we can listen to that.
Right.
Can't do it.
It's
copyrighted.
Yeah, there's some weird infringement copyright.
And all of a sudden we receive a letter in the mail that says you're being sued for. You can sing it though. Oh. Don't do it. Don't do it. La, 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 la. Don't do it. You're going to get us in trouble. What are you doing? You're trying to get us sued. You're paying the tab. You're paying the tab for this. I'd just like to.
Oh, boy.
There we go. I'm just going to play stuff over the top of it.
That's great. All right. YuSkool. YuSkool.
Oh, boy.
YuSkool, go to break.
Goodbye.
Out. This show is brought to you by Grossi Electric. Grossi Electric Inc. strives to provide customers with quality service for all electrical automation and design needs. The scope of their projects include, but are not limited to, irrigation, agricultural and food processing, packaging, solar energy, and everyday electrical solutions. With a wide range of customers throughout California, Grossi Electric is your go-to source for all your electrical and automation needs. Grossi Electric is located at 2020 Main Street in Escalon. Office hours are 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Give them a call at 209-821-6733.
At Grossi Electric, they strive to provide.
You got some things to move. You call Cal Freight. Refrigerated or dry food. Cal Freight. Pick up the dang old phone and call Cal Freight.
California Freight, a family-owned and operated business since 1989. Located right here in California's Central Valley. And just like our military, they're serving this country nationwide. Cal Freight takes pride in all their loads, coast to coast, no matter what you need delivered, whether it's food, beverage, dry goods, or anything in bulk. They're making sure that load's delivered on time. Let's face it, your customers are their customers too. So call Cal Freight, 209-599-5418. Hey, it never hurts to get an extra bid.
Call Cal Freight. Cal Freight. You know I'm calling Cal Freight. Call Cal Freight.
Hey everyone, we're here today to talk to you about Row Refrigeration. Row Refrigeration is a California licensed contractor specializing in commercial refrigeration. If you have a convenience store or manage a grocery store and you have walk-in coolers where guys reach in to, maybe grab a 6-pack of sodas or something, but then everything goes wrong and it breaks and nobody wants to come back into your store because your sodas are warm, well, Row Refrigeration would be perfect for you. Or maybe you have a business with ice machines or cold storage. Even if you're in the ag industry or restaurant business, Rowe Refrigeration is your one call to fix all. So give John Rowe a call. Grab a pen, grab some paper. His phone number is 209-483-2814. I'm going to say that one more time. 209-483-2814. He's there for all your refrigeration needs. California license number 1056216.
Brilliant.
We're back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, to Hank's Look Around Cafe.
Oh, I wasn't ready for that one. Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
I'll say it again. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hank's Look Around Cafe.
We are in Hank's Look Around Cafe.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
We are going to start our pit and peak of 2020. This was my wife's idea, so my wife's walking through the garage right now. Thank you, honey. Appreciate it. She's looking into the studio. Hank's Look Around Cafe.
There we go.
Oh,
Oh, I already switched back because I wanted to turn the music off.
you just abruptly
I'm dying
ran-
right now.
You just abruptly
We're
stopped
okay.
the music, though. That you got to do a fade out of the music.
Well, I don't have it. There's no. Oh, there is volume up, volume down. But you got to switch pages for that.
But I like to go. I like to just let it fade out a little bit. you
Yeah.
know? But
No,
it's
I
all
like
right.
the fade.
Whatever.
I like
you
the
know?
fade. I'm sorry.
A light.
I'm working on it.
Okay,
I
pit and
haven't
peak.
DJ'd in since what 2001, 2002.
I keep forgetting that.
I was gonna bring my name tag too, by the way.
Oh,
So
oh boy.
yeah, I was gonna hang it. You're setting me up.
Sorry, I'm calling you out.
Son of a gun.
Okay, pit and peak of 2020. I'm going to start
Oh
off with
boy.
one thing that you've learned about yourself in 2020. And this isn't even on the list, but one thing you've learned about yourself, I'll tell you right now, I learned that I'm a 2-egg omelet guy.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a 2-egg omelet guy.
Why? Because 3's too much, or
I'm getting to the point where 3 is too much. If I just do 2 eggs, I'm good.
Okay.
I
Well, a
feel
lot
good.
of loading inside. Like we're putting.
I'm putting sausage in there,
Yeah,
cheese
yeah,
in
yeah,
there,
yeah.
all the goods. Also, 2-egg burrito as well, if I'm going to go breakfast burrito. But anyways, anything you learned about yourself?
I learned that I have the worst, like OCD. Like every project we would work on, I was so meticulous on things. Like it probably drove everyone bananas. And even my wife was like, "You need to just ease up. Things are going to be fine."
I did a couple projects with you.
You did, and I'm more than grateful for your skills and services that
I didn't see your OCD though.
I think that was more at a moment where you guys were driving the tractors and stuff. I don't really know anything. I couldn't help you anyways with that. But when it came to doing some of the finishing, and I don't know, I'm probably the worst person to work with or work for. But again, it's our forever home. So it's like I wanted to be very meticulous on things, but the project that we were hoping to be done, we started 4th of July. We are still probably halfway.
Yeah, it's all good. It's a work in progress.
Yeah, there you go. That's the thing about home ownership. It's always a work in progress.
Oh, of course. The never-ending project. Our house is no doubt a never-ending project.
And when you finish it, guess what you do? You sell the house and you move. So never finish it, and then you don't have to move.
I think we'll appreciate it more. That's what we were talking about. 2020 is the opportunity to do a lot of these projects with Al Baby and my dad and my neighbors, and everybody helped out, and that was really awesome in 2020. 2020 really showed if someone was a good person, that goodness came out, and some people that were kind of, let's say, a-holes, that 2020 was a good year to let that shine as well,
True colors.
Wait,
Yes.
can we go back to the beginning too? So let's talk about 2020.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're getting into.
You're really Johnny on the spot.
I know, I'm so slow.
All right, one thing you learned about yourself, Bones.
One thing I learned about myself. I'm getting older, and that comes with yeah, I guess there's a little more hitch in my giddy up, I guess, and learning to compensate with that and power through. But yeah, we are not spring chickens anymore.
Got to stretch before
There's
breakfast.
a lot of, yeah. I think I talk about that every time I get on this podcast too, is all the dad things we're starting to do.
Dad joke.
Yeah.
Told my kids this morning, hey, haven't seen you guys since last year.
Hey.
All right, we're going to start Pit and Peak. And Pit and Peak is something.
You got so many buttons.
It's funny. It's funny, though, because I'm not doing it, so I'm not expecting it.
Yeah.
So I like it. Okay.
Surprise.
Pit and Peak is something, and I never heard of Pit and Peak, but my wife's like, hey, you guys should do a Pit and Peak. Like, everybody knows what a Pit and Peak is.
Yeah.
So
Pit meaning bottom, peak meaning pinnacle.
highs and lows.
Yeah.
There you go.
Not armpit.
No.
Yeah.
Or nothing.
Or
funny
the
with
Peach Pit if you were a 90210 fan.
Oh.
There you
Or
go.
WWF, the Nasty Boys, their move when he put your face in the
Oh.
armpit. It was called a
that's
pit stop.
right.
Give
That's
them
right.
the pit stop. Nasty Boy.
Okay, best thing, best skill you learned this past year.
Ooh.
I have an answer for you, Bones.
Fire away.
Your welding skills.
Yes, that's true. I kind of learned to weld in 06 and hadn't touched a welder since then. And then we needed a pool fence, and I obviously had some time off because my wife decided she was going to try to die on me multiple times. So I took some time off, but I welded up that entire pool fence, added a bar to the backyard.
Yes.
Nice.
A gate, all kinds of. I just started welding like crazy until I ran out of metal and the little spool stuff that goes inside the welder.
yeah.
When that ran out, I was like, okay, I
A
guess
little
I'm done
arc
building
welder
stuff.
or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
it was great.
TIG,
So-
MIG, jig,
It was MIG.
MIG.
Yep,
Excuse me.
220. So I Oki rigged up a little plug. I had some cord, and then the plug that went into the dryer, but that didn't match the plug into this thing. So I just started buying all these pieces and wired it all up together, and then I ran it
Next thing
far
you
enough in
know.
my backyard.
When you're messing with electrical, that's what you want to do. You want to Mickey Mouse it.
Oh, definitely.
Just jerry rig it a little bit.
And I will tell you this, if you
Being
are
a
going to weld
fireman-
in your backyard, don't do it on the top of dry grass. I started a few fires. It turns out
yes.
those little things that spark off, that it's hot. And yeah, so Mary would come out and go, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "What?" And I'm working over here. She's all, "Turn around." And I got probably a 3x3 spot just free burning in my backyard.
the firefighter.
Yeah. But that's how you get greener grass for the next year, you know? At the
Yeah.
you burn off your crop at the end of the year, so you get a good green crop the next year.
Right. The Indians used to do that.
Yeah, so technically,
Control burn.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
You were probably, because lawn probably needs those seeds to get
germinate.
to a certain temperature, just like a pine cone. It's purely science.
Oh yeah,
But I don't want to get
all my
into it with you guys.
crabgrass to get a thicker coat of crabgrass next year.
Yeah.
I needed to.
But you're
need those
basically
seeds to
saying
pop.
that, let's say all else fails, you could start your own little welding business.
Oh no!
Skipper's welding
Oh,
frame.
not at
No,
all.
oh,
Yeah, if
we're not
you want to
there
see
yet.
some of the ugliest
We're not
welds,
there
I'm
yet.
not laying dimes by any means.
I have a welder. Doesn't mean I'm a welder.
Yeah,
Okay.
But-
I'm more of a grinder.
I'm a grinder. That's it. I
So,
can
jack of trade, master of none. right?
exactly.
There we
That's
go.
it.
Yeah.
That's the fire service. Dude.
Any skills? Let's see. What was the question? Anything skill you learned this year?
I learned definitely, like we were talking about, patience a little bit. You have to have, when you start doing home repairs or home projects, you have to realize that if you want things done very fast, that means very expensive. So we've learned patience at our house, that some of these projects might not be perfect, but they were done by
Correctly.
us with love. And yes, so that is a skill I've learned. I mean, throughout that, damn, we did some concrete. We did a little electrical. We did root removal.
Yes.
We did demolition. I got very good with the Sawzall. So I guess that was a skill I learned.
I was going to say one of my skills was kicking field goals.
Ooh.
Just for
Whoa.
funsies. Just kind of went to the park and got a little football tee and a football and just went over there and just started kicking some field goals. My best one so far was a 50-yarder.
Whoa.
Really?
Whoa.
Well, I
What
heard the
fi-
Raiders.
what
The
first-
Raiders are
yeah,
always
what
looking for a
field-
good kicker.
What field are we at? We're at RC's field, or we got upright? So we got legit uprights.
Yes.
So you're on the 40-yard line.
Actually,
On
he
the
made me
40.
just stand out
That's
in
a
the field
50,
with 2
yeah.
sticks.
On the-
That's what I had to do.
I was just double
just
checking.
kicked it at my face.
Could be you never know what park you're at.
No, I didn't walk it out. I mean, I don't. Maybe it was 45, but it was 45 or 50, and it was legit. I
On
think
a
I even
tee.
recorded myself.
Yeah, you put like a tee down and the ball on the tee, ran up and kicked it. Okay.
Yeah. But I think what I'm going to do next time is I'm going to get some PVC pipe with the triangle and the line that goes over it and hold the top.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That way it's a little bit more because the tee, I like to kick it barefoot. And when I kick I hit the tee and it freaking tears
There
my foot up.
is a whole
You're not doing that on a
ordeal to
cold
that.
day either.
Yes, some people I know kickers that there's like a little block. They like to set it on the block. Some like say you're kicking a field goal in a game, you can't put the tee out there, right? So they catch it. Some people like it right off the grass. Some people like it on a block off the grass. Some people I know where they actually get the ball and he'll actually hold one hand above, one hand below. That's like risking limb. You know what I'm saying?
But for the W.
Yeah, I
That
guess.
guy's job is in jeopardy because he's relying on that one finger.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if that kicker kicks his finger and breaks it,
Ding.
I know
Well,
a guy
you got a few more to spare, but
I know a guy that this finger broke and it never straightened, and it was kind of a nuisance. And every time, you got one of those.
oh yeah,
He just
Like a
He just had-
snaggletooth. that
yeah, it's got a
he
little.
just had the doctor cut it off.
I got a horse.
Whoa,
knuckle.
whoa, really?
The doctor said you got 2 options: you can deal with it for the rest of your life, or if you can go with the rest of your life without the pointer finger, I'll just cut it
Wow.
off.
Yeah.
That's like Ronnie Lott when they said he tackled a guy in a game and his finger was broken. They're like, hey, we got to take you back in the locker room and pop that finger back in, put it in place. You're done for the game. Right there on the sideline, he said, cut it off.
Yep,
And they cut that finger off and he went right back in the game.
taped it up.
Are you serious?
Ronnie Lott, that's his call to fame. That's his legendary story.
Holy smokes!
And now he has a Toyota dealership in Tracy.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
It all worked out.
All right, we got a lot of questions, so we're going to keep moving along. One thing that you want to work harder on in 2021, or a skill to learn to work harder on?
Well, I know we just had this talk, as we said we tend to have potty mouths around the house, and London's starting to call us out on it.
Oh.
And I was like, hey, that's pretty bad when your 9-year-old's like, that's a quarter. And I'm like,
Oh, you
okay,
got a
haha.
swear jar? There is
we
a
got a
swear
swear
jar?
jar.
Okay.
But then
How
I
much?
realized she's making it a pretty good profit off us at this point, and no, it's not. I can't afford this anymore.
How
so.
much are we talking about per bad word? Quarter, dollar?
It depends.
What's
Yeah.
the F word worth?
Oh, you're probably dropping $1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But a crap.
Oh, no, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
Because there's worse words you can use. You can use the S word for crap.
Can you throw out a word like in Spanish or something or does that count? Like if you said,
I don't know. I haven't tried that
Only
yet.
if she calls you up.
right.
Yeah. So she has to be able to recreate in English
Or she'll
what I
have to
just said.
learn that language, right?
Yeah.
She'll have to.
All right,
well,
so you're dealing with potty mouth around the
potty
house.
mouth.
one thing that I learned this year, we were talking about work and stuff, working at the school. Everything went like virtual, computers, technology. And if there's one thing I am horrible at, it is anything technology, Zoom, and I mean that is one skill I'm actually going to have to enhance myself in if I do want to continue in the teaching profession, because it appears that is where teaching is going. Even with on-campus back, some kids are still opting out. So some teachers are teaching 20 students in a class and 6 kids are at home. So they're teaching a class.
That
and
damn
a Zoom at
internets.
I know. It's if one thing 2020 did, it woke up the educational system. It's like, where did all this money go? We've been giving billions and billions of dollars into education, and they were not ready for that. So, yes, a skill I need to learn is technology. Any technology.
All right, my skill I'm going to work harder on. I got that new mat cutter over there from the Ripon Quarterback Club. I need to hone in my mat cutting skills. Next question, and tell me if you want to skip these questions because there's a lot of them. So
No,
Well, I'm excited to see what happens with the mat thing.
I was gonna say, go back to mat cutting. You kind of got
You guys
real
got to
quick through
see
that.
this machine.
I would
it's
love
real
one
deal.
day when you're done with G&F to just see you working at Michael's, like in the framing department.
you know what? I might be a mat cutting snob, and I'll say, screw Michaels. I got Allen's.
Okay, there you
I
go.
got Big Al's, the turkey machine.
You can have Home Depot and Lowe's. Now we got Michael's and Allen's. Yeah.
Hobby Lobby,
Yeah.
Allen Lobby.
Maybe he'll buy you out, and then he'll have to call it Michael Allen or Allen Michaels.
I think Michael's. Oh no, Michael's is still open.
Make it like nowadays though. It'd be like the studio by Al.
Yeah. Oh,
Actually,
that's
if
classy.
I could paint something, because you know how back in the day you used to paint your trade on the door of your vehicle.
Oh yeah.
I want to paint something like that, like Big Al's music service.
Yeah.
So, you know, something cheesy, but like in old school lettering. I'll have June Sand paint it
Oh yeah.
by hand.
Oh yeah.
You know, class
That
it up.
would be
Maybe a little
badass.
shadow.
Some gold foil on there. Really class it up.
For sure on that trailer. Didn't you have a trailer you were hauling all the stuff in? You
On
need
the
like
trailer.
a logo on the trailer.
On the trailer, I want my logo. I want a whole family camping in a campground. All cartoon, picture cartoon, big redwoods.
Like Simpson cartoon or
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Picture redwoods, a family around a fire, enjoying time together, listening to me playing music for them out in the wilderness, and they're like just hanging out.
Sitting out in the woods.
You're killing me. Okay, next question.
And in the back is a Yeti.
I was gonna say there has to be a Bigfoot in the background.
It'll be me and Yeti.
He's just shaking the tree
Yeah, tree knocks.
or knocks. Yep.
And we'll do tree shakes.
Yeah. He's
And
got
we'll
a donut in his hand.
We'll be throwing rocks at the family.
Yep.
Okay. Tell me, like I said, tell me if you want to skip some of these questions, but did you make any changes last year? Or did you try to make any changes last year? What was your last year's
Well, last year's
resolution?
was do sit-ups, and the only sit-ups I did was the 2 on that podcast that year. So I guess I got to
tell.
do 3 this year to beat it. But yeah, I haven't. I didn't make the change I think I wanted to make. Didn't happen.
Maybe there's always this year.
There's
Fresh
always
start.
this year. Yeah, new year, new you, right? So.
Think sober, be sober. Remember we used to tell each other that? Think sober, be sober.
Oh yeah.
New year, new
Oh,
you.
that was yeah. Actually, I did get sober this year, and
There
then
you
I
go,
got
then.
I got drunk again.
Oh.
But I made it 90 days. I went.
Yeah, sober is a whole clarification, though. I mean, it's like one thing. Are you sober, like sober enough to like live day to day and do things? Like, can I have 1 beer with dinner and still be sober? Like,
No.
I mean, it's a fine. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
To,
well,
to live a life of sobriety. No
Oh, you're
drinking.
talking about no. Are you going to go and,
sober.
no coffee?
Oh no, coffee, no alcohol.
just
no
alcohol.
I went
alcohol.
3 months no alcohol.
Right.
That's a trip.
But I'm saying, like, if you
Because you'd
can
be
get to
amazed
the
at how many
point-
times you're just like, this would be all I need to do is I could just have a beer with dinner. It's not that big of a
Right.
deal, and it literally would just be 1 beer. But then you're like, wait, but I'm at day 45. If I don't drink now, I have 46 tomorrow, and then you're like, I want to see how big this number can get. And then at 3 months, Mary was like, I'm gonna be honest, like, how long are we gonna do this? You know, like,
Yeah, I think it's
you're
when
kinda
you're
weirding everybody
abusing
else out.
something, dude.
Yeah,
When you're
and that's the thing.
abusing
When you're
something,
abusing it,
it's
it's different.
So you had no self-control is what you were saying.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, you saw me at my birthday. I got
You
a
were
little
having
silly.
fun,
I had
though.
fun. I had
That was
fun. I got
one night.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what
Right.
I tried to say. I
Can
got
you
silly.
live
But the
a
problem is I don't
sober
have a-
life and still have a birthday party where you have some drinks, you don't drive, you're not being stupid, you just enjoy the night. Why is that being, I don't know, I just don't
Because there's
see-
enjoy the night, and then you went full spectrum.
Well, then,
know?
yes, you're abusing alcohol, but
Yeah.
we're talking about to the point where, like, you know, to quit something altogether because you just don't want it in your life and it changes you and it makes you do something different, right? But on the flip side, you know, the same thing, I had problems with substance abuse, with pills, whatever, but there's days that come where my leg or my hip or shit hurts and you have to use some, take some, either that or you're going to live your whole life
Oh,
just
yeah.
hating, you know? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand where,
It's the happy medium, but it's building a respect for it again.
there you go.
And saying, you know what, you're right.
I found it easier trying to quit alcohol if I had a couple beers in the fridge, because if I didn't have alcohol and I was craving it, bam, I ran down to the store, bought it, boom, I'm drinking it before I even got home. But if there was 1 or 2 beers in the fridge, it was like, I guess I don't need it that bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's like right there.
Yeah.
So it's a fine line. It's like a responsibility
That's
to.
it. We're grown-ups.
But we could go on and on with Clayton, because Clayton would go to work for 2-3 weeks at a time and then come home and have some beers. I feel like.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing is I was thinking, yeah, but I probably did another 3 months at some point with not drinking because, well, shoot, I was gone
Just
30 one stretch. I was gone 37 days, then came home for a day or two. I was gone for almost another 20 after that, and you're like, well, yeah, that's basically 3 months right there. I was, I'm good.
You're not coming home pounding 19 Keystones.
Oh no,
every day.
no.
I mean,
But
okay, so
anyways,
let's keep it going. Well, I didn't talk about what I tried to go no carbs for like 2 months and I gave up.
how long did you make it?
2 months.
Oh, okay.
I made it
That's
7
impressive.
months on no chew. 7 months.
Dang.
And then
We didn't ask you, did we?
we were on the same boat, kind of drinking and all that bad shit. Have a kid and you kind of look at things a little different, I guess.
So you're back to chewing, is what you're
No,
saying?
I'm not back to it, but there was this little stretch there that I just a lot of.
Were you throwing in lippers before bed?
No.
I know guys
We
that
were-
do that. They throw in a horseshoe,
Yeah.
fall asleep, wake up, rake it, and put in another one. And I'm like,
No,
yeah, that's
it
not
wasn't
okay.
even. It's to the point where I actually still have the same can that was bought in November or whatever when I
geez,
broke.
you're
So
fine.
yeah, it was. We were doing a lot of this tedious work, and sometimes when you're painting and doing some stuff, like I don't know, I just enjoy.
Oh yeah.
A nice little dipper when you're
Yep.
doing the same thing for 7 hours straight. It changes things up, I guess.
In moderation. Everything
Yes,
in moderation.
So
Okay, best gift you received in 2020. If you can remember a gift you received. My best gift that I received in 2021 is already right here.
Oh, I like it. Thank you.
Very nice.
Normies.
very nice.
You want to skip this question?
I watched for Christmas. That was pretty cool. I don't really know how to use it yet.
Oh, I got my first pair of crispy white boys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dad shoes.
Yep.
Every year I get the same shoes for Christmas, a Nike Cortez, and this year my sister and brother-in-law thought it would be funny to get me a white Cortez, and they said, "Welcome to the dad world." Although my son is 20 months old, so I guess they could have did it last Christmas, but
Well,
my first crispy white boys, that was a great gift.
There you go.
just the dad gifts alone are the best. Like for Father's Day, I received another mug that said "#1 Dad,"
Yeah,
Oh.
and then my wife made me a shirt that said "Greatest Dad."
there you go.
Yep. Oh, I got a T-shirt from Audrey that said "Funkle" because you're the fun uncle, and it's like getting a trophy, because you don't hand that out to anybody. You got to earn that. I thought, I don't even know if I want to wear this. I just want to frame it. Like, look at.
Hey, we could match.
I'm gonna put it next. Oh, we
Mat
could. I could put it next to my most improved trophy that I have.
There you go.
It's the only trophy I have.
most improved husband.
That's right. Boom.
All right,
3
next
years
question.
running.
A new friend that you made in the year 2020. I'll start off with mine while you guys are thinking. Mine is Dana, Hot Crazy Matrix, Clinton.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
He's
yeah.
probably listening right now. So Dana,
What's up?
hey, how you doing? Thanks again for coming on the podcast. Hope you're wearing that YuSkool hat that I sent you, and I signed it. So don't forget, someday you have my signature.
Hello.
My first autograph ever. I didn't even.
That is amazing.
And he's probably got it up on the wall.
He's probably framing it. He probably has a buddy with a mat.
He's gonna mat it. Yeah.
Shadow box.
Yep.
With a picture of, he probably took a screenshot of his computer while we were doing that Zoom call, and he's probably got that next to
I'm
it.
sure he does. Yep.
Split screen.
Yep.
I won't say a name, but a friend of mine got sober, got clean. We were speaking on that, and I hadn't spoken or been friends in a while, and been back in contact with this person, said acquaintance. So I guess it was in a sense a new friend because it was reacquainting since probably I lost my leg 04, so I probably hadn't seen or talked to the person since 05, 06.
Oh, wow.
So it's
Good
that was
for
a
you.
Yeah. I don't want to throw any names out there because
So you rekindled the relationship.
there you go.
So it's like a new friend.
A new old friend. There we
Gotcha.
go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bones?
I don't even see you guys. I can't make friends. So.
All
What
right.
about that
yeah.
firefighting? There was no new.
We got a bunch of
on-
new seasonals.
Yeah, nobody.
Shout out to those guys. Rhett's probably listening. So what's up, Rhett?
There you go.
Now he's happy. But
There's your new bud.
Okay, we're going to skip the next question because I don't like it. One word that describes 2020.
dumpster.
The dumpster fire?
Oh, dude, what a garbage year. Not even for the politics.
Mine, I'm mostly disappointed in our leadership.
Yeah.
Not into politics, but our state, local leadership, our state leadership.
Disappointment.
Disappointed.
Good word.
And I'm kind of thrown back on the COVID thing, so I'm kind of thrown back and disappointed. Anyways, go ahead.
I was gonna say, kind of related to that whole COVID thing, anxiety. Like my mom is already a clean freak. You guys know my mom. It was like next level clean freak, which then rubbed off, obviously on my wife, and just everybody just felt stressed out or anxiety. That's what this year, one word would be stress.
Well, that was the other thing. The anxiety was all of a sudden, can we get the food we need at the grocery store?
Oh yeah, there you go. It was like you said, leadership. Nobody is. Just tell the people we're gonna be all right. There's gonna be more toilet paper.
Yeah, the toilet paper,
Yeah.
the paper towels.
Lysol, you had 1 year to change the
Mary
game.
was 9 months pregnant, and she sneezes and pee comes out. They have no bladders, and then all of a sudden it was like, we have no toilet paper.
Yeah.
I'm like, and she was going through like 2 rolls a day. I was like, now I got to come up with toilet paper.
Wait a second. You had a kid in 2020.
We did.
So that would be your new friend.
That's my
There you
peak.
go.
That's your
Oh,
peak.
that is my new friend.
There
yeah,
you
you're
go.
right.
Yeah,
Lily's
yeah.
my new friend.
Well, that going on that
Good
too
one.
was
Good point.
formula. Ezra was
formula.
on a special
Yeah.
formula, and when that whole craziness happened, people were buying and hoarding all the formula, and it was like, okay,
Yeah.
Like, what is the point of having a garage full of Nutramigen?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, it was a trip. There was all kinds of stuff. Well,
anxiety, stress.
she wanted the pantry,
leadership.
but we put in a pantry just so it was kind of like we had a mini grocery store in our house. 'Cause I'm
Right.
like, we did the whole, once things started coming back, it was like, okay, well, let's, buy groceries. But then it was like, well, now where are we going to keep this stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And she'd been begging me for a pantry anyways forever. So I was like, well, we'll just so we put in a pantry, but
So I welded her one.
I grinded her one.
Out of one piece of driftwood.
Yeah. I whittled it from a single piece of hickory wood.
All right. Did we both? Did we all cover that one?
New friend, yeah.
Friend.
There you go.
Well, we went to
One word that describes best place.
Best place you visited in 2020. 2020.
Mine was North Lake Tahoe. We got a little cabin. Finally took a break for our 10-year anniversary this year. I rented a cabin, did the old VRBO right on the lake, had its own dock. And I haven't been to Tahoe. I mean, we'll go to Tahoe, but we were going and we'll go to the casinos and play at night.
Right.
But we weren't actually going out. So we were doing some hiking and stuff. But that water is clear as a bell.
Really?
You could see from the end of the dock, you could look all the way down and see probably 30 feet, and you still saw the rocks. Didn't see any fish, but I kept my fishing pole in the water just in case. But yeah,
Very nice.
so it was cool. That was a nice trip.
Mine was I took 1 week vacation to Lake Tulloch.
There you go.
2. I did 2. I went to Pebble Beach for a weekend, which we rolled into a Santa Cruz midweek trip.
Yeah.
And we did a 1 week to Lake Tulloch, which was amazing. I bought a houseboat, party boat.
Oh yeah, I saw that. You guys were pulling the floaty, the rafts, and the.
Yeah.
And then we you might have to pull that mic closer.
Oh my, yeah. I'm sorry about that. I'm drifting away. Sorry.
So we did that. We went to Tulloch with the booths, and it was an awesome vacation. 1 week, very relaxing. Got to learn my boat, have fun with the boat. Although the booths, they probably had the exact opposite on their vacation because their boat engine ran out of oil.
Oh,
Yikes.
Yeah, and
so
they
they're
had-
A little
paperweight.
smoky.
They had it's a really nice brand new boat. Very not cheap to fix.
Arthur, you're supposed to check the oil.
Well, he just had it serviced by a reputable company in town.
Serviced everything but the oil.
There's that little guy.
Yeah.
That's what BOAT stands for. Bust out another 1,000.
Yep.
There you go.
That's it.
There's 2 days, they say, the 2 best days of
a boat ownership.
boater.
Yep.
The day you buy it, the day you sell it.
That's it.
I'll do it for you.
Yeah, man.
Any
I don't think we traveled or really did anything in 2020. I know earlier in the year we did a little stay at the cabin by Pinecrest with Aunt Karen, my mom, Grandpa came up there.
Yeah.
That was only for like 2 days, 3 days. It was kind of more or less the kids were down from Seattle.
Oh.
We were supposed to drive up to Seattle. That never happened. So, I don't know. We didn't really travel too much in 2020, but it's kind of tough with the 1-year-old. I don't know. Every time we would go somewhere, there would always be.
You don't want to fly with the 1-year-old.
Well, that for sure. But I don't know. He just, we don't travel much. So when we do travel, he's not a big fan of car rides.
But
I
you're
guess.
in that age group right now where it's hard to do stuff.
Yes.
So
yes.
Thank you for visiting with us.
Give it a little bit. He'll be in the cool stage of like 5 years old,
Yeah.
and you guys will be able to go do stuff. He'll be able to
Exactly.
entertain himself.
Oh,
Once you get
yeah.
to the entertain yourself and potty training, you're good.
Good.
Yeah. Huge difference. Although Bones went from that level to
Right back into
right
it.
back
We
in.
were at the point where she was literally like, she'll get up and make herself breakfast, and it was like, okay, get ready for school. And she just took care of it. And then we started all over. I was like, we had a win.
You were probably almost at the age where you could go to the grocery store and back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then
Well, yeah. But, or she would come with us, and then you're like, hey, go, she'll just walk with us, and, oh, don't forget this. Oh, yeah, that's right. She'll hold the list, and she'll read you the list and tell you what you're supposed to be grabbing, and boom,
Almost
boom, boom.
like a helper.
Oh, as a helper.
Than a hurt, yes.
Well, now we have a kind of a living babysitter. She's real big on helping out, so that's
Nice.
been clutch. I couldn't imagine how you guys do it, where it's like you have a kid and a baby and another baby.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no,
then a third.
I'd lose my.
We had a kid in diapers and formula for like 10
10-year
8
window.
years or something.
Yeah,
10, or diapers for sure 10 years.
that's nuts.
I bought diapers once a month from Costco for like 10 years.
Yeah. Seeing, I'm at the point now where you're mid-change, she's tossing and turning, you're like, oh no, and I need another wipe. I don't have any wipes. Lou, go grab the, and she's like, got it. Boom, runs to the closet.
That's
grabs
what
it
I
for you. You're
hear.
like, yeah.
That's what I hear about baby too. We've been in discussions, maybe we're not sure, but that baby number 1, you've got boxes of diapers and wipes, and you're just stocked and ready. And then baby number 2, it's like, we're out of diapers. Oh my god! Or we out of wipes. We forgot.
We're good.
We gotta get,
Shove a handful
She'll
of
be fine.
Cheerios in your pocket and call it good. Head out the door.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I take that back. I started thinking about that. It wasn't 10 years. It was like 7.5 to 8 years. So just
But
in
there's a
case
big
my wife
window
wants
there.
to fact check me on that.
Yes.
But-
Yeah.
Sometimes you
That's a
see
long
some of
time.
these couples now too that have like a 8, 10-year-old, and now they're having babies now. That's what we were saying about 2020. There's going to be a lot of divorces and a lot of babies in 2021.
I see some of these people, they're walking into church with 5 kids. I'm thinking to myself, my goodness.
Yeah.
No, I don't have the patience for
Did
that.
you see the first baby born on New Year's in Doctors Modesto was quadruplets, I believe.
Oh.
There's
Oh,
an article in
boy.
the paper. Yeah. A Denaire couple. They were from Denaire or something. They had
That's
quadruplets.
amazing.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
That's was it that their first kid or did it
I don't know. I saw some, it pops up on your feed when you watch. I follow like Modesto B or Stockton Records.
Nice to meet y'all.
And it
I'll
said
follow
the,
you.
the doctor's hospital delivered quadruplets or something. The first babies of the new year. Imagine that. And all boys, 4 boys.
Ooh.
You almost got a basketball team.
That house is going to be fiasco.
Yeah.
How do you do that? You almost have to hire somebody.
Our 2 was crazy animals. All right, let's keep going.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So place, let's see, blah, blah, blah. A place you want to go to in 2021. Say everything's clear. We can do whatever we want. Go back to
We
normal
can
life.
fly.
A
and-
restaurant.
A restaurant?
Just let me go inside, grab a beer, eat dinner with my family.
There's plenty in Ripon to go to right now. Just go to them.
Oh, well.
I want to go on a princess cruise. No. Honestly, I want to go see the kids in Seattle. We didn't get to do that at all the whole year, so they came down here I think twice, and it's so nice up there. It really is. If you're gonna get out of here, there's worse places than. I think they're in Paulsbo. But
you're gonna go visit Buzzsaw?
Buzzsaw is, I
he's right
believe,
there,
Buzzsaw is in Shoreline. I believe it was when I visited up there. I saw him. I told you that story.
That's
Very
a great
random
story.
that I ran into.
I didn't hear that story, but okay.
Yeah, me and Buzzsaw went to a Oakland A's Seattle Mariners game in Seattle.
Did you really?
Just off of a random Instagram chat, and we became buds. And next thing, when I was up there visiting, he was like, "Hey, I'm in town." I was like, "Well, I'm going to the A's game if you want to come." And went to the A's game, and I went back up to his house up in Shoreline and smoked a doob. And
That's even sure.
Very weird.
So
They
weird.
became
I love
friends
it.
or acquaintances, friends afterwards, probably off of me and your
Right.
Facebook.
You have two
post
mutual
something.
friends.
Buzzsaw comments on it.
Yeah.
I saw they would comment back and
They're
forth
chiming back and forth.
on something that I posted.
It's an internet friendship.
And then 2 years later, he's like, "Oh yeah, I was up in Seattle hanging out with Buzzsaw." I'm like, how do you know Buzzsaw? Oh, we're mutual friends on Facebook.
It is very beautiful. If you guys have not been to the Seattle, the Emerald State, I believe it.
Have not been.
Very nice. It's very worth.
Actually, I went to Hank's brother's wedding in Oregon. What's the capital of Oregon?
Capital of Oregon is Eugene, no? Or no? Salem?
Portland?
Salem.
Portland. We were in Portland. And then just for fun, one night we're like, we just jumped in his car and was like, let's go. And we drove across the border, got out of the car, said, okay, we've touched Washington, got back in the car, and then came back.
Just straight funsies.
Just went for it. It was,
Portland is
it's only
actually
like a half hour, 40
Portland's
minutes or
on
something.
two separate sides of water too. It's like the city center. I think it's called the Rose Arena or whatever, where the Trailblazers play is like here, and you got to cross a bridge to get downtown. And then the big famous place is I think it's called Voodoo Donuts. It has that thing that says "Keep Portland Weird" or whatever. That big sign.
So good and tasty.
So there's like a lot of very cool. Portland is a very cool place.
I don't think I've ever been.
But I would say
Very
Seattle.
hipster.
If you put on a list and you're just trying to take a family road trip, I mean, it's you're looking. If you're just bombing straight, I think the fastest I've ever made it, I left at Sunday night when the sun went down at 5-6 o'clock, and I pulled into my driveway when the sun was coming up in Escalon at like 6 a.m. So 12 hours just straight.
Oh, that's
flying like
That sounds
85
horrible.
miles an hour, even through Mount Shasta and all that. Like, that's bombing. But if you're going on a family trip, you could get to Portland, stay the night in Portland, and then drive the other 5 hours like the next day.
I'm not driving 5 hours with my kids in the car.
Ever. Yeah. I think that's why we didn't do anything.
That's it.
I think that's why we didn't do anything in 2020. But I know that track, though, because we would go for the Stanford game. So I have a hotel when we're in Eugene. I'll stay at this in Eugene. And when we go watch Stanford play at Washington, I've been up there. That is, if you're going to go see a college football game, everyone talks about how loud Raiders games get and all the, the decibel level. University of Washington, I believe it's called Alaska Airlines Stadium. That place gets loud. And it's like a giant horseshoe. So it's open on one end, and the one end that's open opens up to what's called, I believe, the Puget Sound or whatever. It's the big body of water. And all the boats sail in for the game, kind of like a Giants game where they sail into McCovey Cove. All the boats sail in, and they just party on the beach, and then you go into the game.
Maybe I'll take the old pontoon boat up there.
Yeah,
Shit, I'll get the Stanford, Washington tickets, and we'll all go as a group. I'll just take they have a very good subway. You get everywhere. Go
Great.
see Buzzsaw.
Good
Go see Buzzsaw.
Great, a good subway. I'm always looking for.
No, I'm saying like public transportation. You don't need a car.
Yeah,
like
I
the
got
Bay Area kind of deal. You can get to Oakland, to San Francisco, to
I got you.
because everything in Seattle is south, and the college is all the way north. So you can get.
I got you. So, Bones, you were talking about you wanted to go to a restaurant. You can go to a restaurant, just to let you know. If you want to
Inside?
Inside.
Are we open? Did we open up restaurants? I thought we shut restaurants back
They're
down.
shut down, but the restaurants in town have basically said, we're putting up paper on the windows. The police department said,
We're not gonna enforce anything?
We will come and give you a penalty.
Right.
And we'll renegotiate the penalty in about 6 months.
Yeah. How do you fight? If everyone does it, how are you going to fight all these traffic tickets?
So
and
if you
all
want
these...
afterwards, I'll give you a list of places to go to.
I was going to say, that'd be great.
We could even go to a bar tonight if we wanted to.
Oh, get out of town.
Get
There
out
you
of
go,
town.
Bones.
Because there's a
Here
new...
we go.
Come on, man.
I
You
know.
betcha. All right, next question.
Yes, sir.
We got a lot of questions.
I know. I'm
here.
sorry. I started rambling. I saw the hurry it up, and I was like, "Wow, I'm getting into that interrupting."
We went deep into Seattle
yes.
on that one.
I need to get back into sniper mode over here.
Okay. Do we want to go something new to try in 2021, or are we going to skip that? We kind of talked about that, right?
yeah, sure.
Proudest moment this past year?
I had a baby girl.
Yeah, there you go. That's a great moment.
A new bear cup.
That's a great moment.
Yep, that was cool. So
Anything?
Damn, I think my proudest moments were just like seeing, my kids' development, I guess, The other day we were playing catch. He actually made a catch all by himself.
Oh,
That's a big deal for me. I mean, we do all kinds of fumble drills and shit. It's
Nice. I think I've had a couple with my kids. They've really hit some new marks. So, yeah, watching them progress and get better at whatever they're interested in.
I was super stoked for Tice to start football.
Oh,
that
man,
was
me
going to
too.
be a big moment.
That was a disappointment. That's part of my disappointment in 2020 was right there. No high school football and not being able to watch my kids play Rippin' Knights. That was the big thing. Is I wanted them to play that, but
now have they said anything? Are they doing football this year?
nope.
Nothing, huh?
Nothing. We were told actually there might not even be indoor sports until 2022.
Holy
Basketball
smokes.
I'm gonna hit this button again.
Come on, man.
Yeah, right.
That's
it's hurting these kids very.
Let's see. That was proudest moment this past year. Most embarrassing moment in 2020. Do we have any most embarrassing moments? I'll start mine off.
Fire away.
I pooped my pants at work.
Oh wow!
In the office bathroom. Did the side
Wait, you were in the
shuffle.
bathroom already?
So you just couldn't get out fast enough.
Do we need to go into
Oh,
detail?
yes, we do.
Yeah, bring that up and just let's get to the next
Yeah.
one.
Okay, part of my no carb thing was I was going to try this body cleansing thing. I can't even remember what it was. It was maybe keto or something where you're eating shit food. You're miserable the whole entire time.
Yes.
So you have to go into ketosis. Well, after ketosis, you're like, your body is like a liquid, right? And so one of the main things you can drink, I believe, is as much coffee as you want. So I'm just pounding coffee, in ketosis. Well, I'm getting out of it. Go to just take a good old fashioned number one, and I took a number two with it.
So like you were like a fart was going to happen, or like you just
I never trust a fart.
Yeah.
First of all, never trust a fart. And it
went on for a while.
Let's just say it.
Man,
I couldn't. I don't want to go into too much description, but
no, I'm picturing it now, and I know that you're also.
So you were Dot and Cotton.
Dot and Cotton, and let's just say that
A little
it
tape
was,
and texture of the walls.
Have you ever farted and you're like, oh, I think I just crapped my pants, and then you look in the mirror to see if anything is coming?
Oh, I've never been that far, but okay.
So if I looked in the mirror, you could not see it. It was
Oh man,
it was bad.
So you were sliding into first, feeling all the worst.
Phil Littleburst.
Yep.
I was sliding into home, and there was a little foam.
Oh, boy.
Riding in the
lot of-
Chevy, something heavy.
No, it was a lot of people think it's funny, but it's really wet and runny.
Oh, man.
So, anyways, I did the side
Jack.
shuffle out of the bathroom at the office. I did the side shuffle out of the door to the door. Just kind of walked as fast as I could to my truck.
How many people do you have to avoid in this stretch?
0.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's up front.
Oh, okay.
I'm just praying to God that nobody comes in the back door, if you know what I mean.
You got enough going on with your back door. Yeah.
I do the shuffle over to my truck. Luckily, I have this towel from the pool, like a pool towel, like,
Okay.
beach towel.
Yeah.
In the back of my truck. Throw it on the front seat, driver's seat, and beeline it home.
Man.
And
Called in sick the rest of the day, or
I took a shower.
Oh.
Let's just put it that way.
Had it started to dry at that point?
No.
Okay.
No. There was no drying.
we're still
yet.
full ketosis.
And I threw the pants away.
Of course.
And my wife said, she's like, "Oh boy, what are you doing? What's happening?" I said, "I don't want to talk about it right now." And I told her, "Don't ever tell anybody about this situation." And now I'm telling everybody about it because it's
Yes.
But
But you weren't in a Taco Bell bathroom, so that's
no,
good.
I wasn't, and I wasn't on a trip.
That's
with
gonna be
my
hard
family.
to top, but
But that was my most embarrassing moment. If you guys have one, if not, don't worry about it. We
I
can go
can't
to the
top
next
that
question.
one.
man, wow. I don't think I can. I mean, I've probably made a fool of myself a few times, but I never just let it out.
I let it out.
Good.
All right, so we'll go to the next one.
Congratulations, winner. Winner.
Ding! Do we have a winner, like a coin?
If you don't like that, you don't like games basketball.
Okay. Was there any funniest
Jack.
moment that you can remember in 2020?
Oh, I got lots of funny moments. I got all kinds of
Shoot.
stuff. Oh, man. So when you're on day, I don't even know how many we went over 80 hours with no sleep. The first stretch.
delirious?
Oh, just sheer delirium. And at that point, everything's funny. So we created our own energy drink that was called Get Effed. And so we came up with slogans for that.
You guys are tired at this point.
Oh, it's not even tired. It's your body's shutting down on you. Like there were guys. He'd be mid sentence, and all of a sudden, one of my firefighters would be mid sentence, and all of a sudden his head would just kind of drop, and he's talking in the back seat, and you're like, oh, is he looking at something? And we're driving, and I turn around and look, and it's just no, he's just out cold. And all of a sudden he pops back up and finishes the sentence, and you're like, whoa,
Remember when
where'd
we
you
were
go
kids
there for a minute?
and we would be at a family thing and just like Uncle Jake or they would just fall asleep in their chair and you'd be like, how do they do that? And then you get older and you realize,
I could do that right
that's
here.
why he was always falling asleep.
Yeah. If only my in-laws had recliners. I would deem one. That would be Uncle Clay's recliner. And then we ate. I'm going to go pass out right now.
They would snore. There would be one uncle on the ground, one on the recliner. I remember at Uncle Robert's house, one on the couch, one on the recliner, one on the floor. Like this is where the lions.
Yes.
You
Kids
guys go
go in
play
the other
outside.
room,
Don't wake the bear.
All right, continue with Get Effed energy drink.
Man, I'm trying to think of like all the slogans we came up with. But anyways, it became this constant joke that now we text each other back and forth. I guess it's more of an inside joke. It's not quite as funny for the listeners. I apologize. But yeah, I think it was just that sheer delirium. And then we took lots of weird, inappropriate pictures. So the other thing that's funny, though, is they put inside these fire lunches, it's basically a sack lunch, but they put in the most random objects. One is you always get these cans of tuna, but they don't give you an opener for the can. So you got to find creative ways to open it up. And by the way, a can of tuna that's been heated in the sun for 3 days,
Yummy.
just don't open it.
Delicious.
But then they also give us what's called a summer sausage. Now, a summer sausage is about
Wait a minute.
8 inches long, a little thinner than this beer can right here.
I
and-
imagine a winter sausage is 4 inches.
You can, yeah, exactly. So you can have all kinds of fun when you stack those up over a couple of days, and then you'll just find them in the most random places.
Are these through MRE summer sausages?
It's just the fire lunches, the sack lunches, yeah. So, but
summer sausage.
I'm still finding them. I went to do my laundry the other day, and somebody had shoved one in my in a sock.
Oh, no.
Hey,
And then the best part is when you take it out of the plastic, so it has the time to marinate, get some air, really rot and fester, and you're trying to figure out what that smell is. And then you do your laundry, and then you're folding your socks, and you realize this sock is all lumpy and clumpy, and somebody shoved a summer sausage.
Damn
in my
summer
sock.
sausage in my freaking sock.
Oh yeah.
Not again.
If I said it once, I said it a million times. If I had a nickel every time somebody shoved the summer sausage.
I mean, it'd be one thing if it was a winter sausage.
Right.
But it's a summer.
But it's a summer sausage.
I think I'm walking around with a winter sausage, by the way. A little colder, a little bit smaller.
Yes.
Hey.
Definitely not the 8-incher around the beer can. The whip.
I'm more of a tuna can. I'm not going to reach the back of the garage, but I'll scrape the walls.
Little girth.
Yep, that's right. But
All right.
anyways,
Now that we've reached inappropriateness, let's go from funniest moment in 2020. Do you have any funny moments?
Oh, man, I can't top that, so let's get to the next.
I'm sure I got some funny moments, but I didn't do enough research to think about the funniest
Well,
moment. But
shitting
Bones,
your pants would be funny
That's
as well.
pretty good.
To you
Depending
guys.
which way.
Yeah.
I was going
to
to say.
me,
yeah.
was-
that's also the fastest I've ever driven a vehicle. Was driving from office to home.
If you did get pulled over, what would you have said?
I could just
Roll the
stand
window
up
down, yeah.
and make him look at my back of my pants. Like, okay, I shit my pants.
Or you do the old,
really
you give him the old chocolate pretzel. You slide your hand down there first, and then when he goes to give the handshake, and then you realize, you give him the old chocolate-covered pretzel.
I don't want to do that.
That's inappropriate.
No chocolate pretzels over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go funniest moment. Let's go into fun. Okay, so we went funniest thing in 2020. Let's go to your best meme.
Ooh.
I mean, we're skipping around, but let's go best meme. Does anybody have a top?
I don't know about meme, but I was thinking about like social media. How about that Cranberry guy? What a ride he had.
That went insane.
Doggface or whatever. He plays one Fleetwood Mac song to
Talking
a Cranberry, and now he's got a
Well, my new
A
favorite one
life.
is, so we went from that to Twisted Tea guy.
yes.
I
yes.
love
What's
Twisted
Twisted Tea guy?
Oh, you haven't seen the Twisted Tea?
Oh wow.
No.
There's
Oh.
a viral video where this guy is
This
using the
kid's just
N-word.
hammered drunk, just dropping the N-word like nobody's business at this
White-
this gentleman,
White guy?
white kid, just
towards
schlockered.
another African.
Yep. And the African guy, or the black guy, he's waiting in line to purchase his Twisted Tea. Now, I didn't even know people still drank Twisted Teas. But yeah, so now all the Boston Tea Party memes and everything, but he just full on smacks this guy in the face with this Twisted
Just
Tea.
busts it over the guy's head. And
So now
puts
they
him
got
down.
Rex Kwon-Dove. So instead of his American flag pants, now they're Twisted Tea pants. So he's ready to go.
Real quick, Twisted Tea.
Is that
That's
alcohol?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was
yeah.
just gonna look that up. That's like
It's
a
just-
hard tea.
It's like hard lemonade, but hard tea.
Okay.
Yep.
So big year for cranberry juice
Cranberry
and Twisted
juice
tea.
and Twisted Tea, yeah.
The come up is real.
All right, so here's my top 5 memes that I
Fire
thought
away.
were funny. The one with Bernie, and he's in a classroom, it looks like, and he's writing on this white
Oh, yeah. I
board.
think I know which one you're talking
It
about.
says, "Stay home if you sick. Come over if you thick."
Bernie.
That one's great. Okay, here's my other one.
Bernie.
You think you can hurt my feelings? I used to hold the flashlight for my dad. I think that one's pretty funny. It's kind of stupid, but
No, I think you had to have been there. Kids
Oh,
don't
yeah.
understand what holding the flashlight for dad consisted of.
talk about anxiety.
Yep.
When your dad hands you that flashlight, he's like, "Hey, hold this real quick." You're like, "Oh, son, bitch, son of a bitch."
This is the
It's
most
about to
important
go
role I'm going to do.
This flashlight's about to be broken because I'm going to be holding it wrong, and he's going to throw it on the
Yeah.
ground, and it's going to be broken.
Please let everything go right. Whatever he's fixing, just let it be fixed.
Let it not be bad. Okay, here's another one. Does your stomach ever hurt so bad that you get completely naked on the toilet?
I think we already answered that. It's 2020. Yes.
I actually just did it in your bathroom. I'm sure at some point.
I
Ashley's
believe
going to come out and be like, who exercised the demon in there?
I believe that's called ketosis. If I've learned anything.
All right, here's another one. It's a man standing on the mountain, and he's looking over the horizon, and the meme says, the DMV clerk, trying to find where everyone keeps buying $100 cars. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but that's funny. Did you know that there's actually DMV police, and they investigate into that?
Really? Do they really?
Yes.
Well, we used to do that all the time. You'd put $1. We bought this car for $1. I bought this car for $100.
I got a beautiful Christmas gift from the DMV. My registration is ready to be renewed.
Oh, good
yeah.
for you.
They felt the need to send that over the holiday break.
That was nice of them.
The little work they did do.
And another thing, another viral thing. We'll probably get to that part, but my fifth final favorite meme was the toothless dude from Tiger King.
Oh yes,
Joe Exotic's boyfriend, right?
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
I think that was his boyfriend, though.
It was.
Yeah,
it was. I think it was his husband.
Oh, his husband.
He forced him to marry him.
That guy's in jail, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
For good reason.
Okay.
It says it's a picture of him, and he only has 3 teeth, and he's smiling, and it says, "I ain't seen the sunshine in," and then it's his smile with 3 teeth. Damn days. So have you seen that?
I've seen all those. Are great.
That's a good one.
Those were great. That was we were talking about that in the text message. Our great memes. It's tough to describe some of the memes, but there was obviously. So, I mean, when you're at home, sorry, I'm backing away from the mic here. When you're at home on quarantine, social media becomes like huge. So this year, the internet was on fire, like TikTok and man, that's how Cranberry Guy exploded, really. I mean,
right.
Everyone's at home watching these videos that might have been seen 1,000 times, and now it's watched 1 billion times. Yeah.
That's still my favorite, but
the political memes this year were unstoppable.
Oh, on top of the COVID year, it was a political year. I forgot about that.
Oh,
thank goodness that's over with, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so Clayton Bones has his favorite meme, and I think we can finally put it out there.
Can we? Okay, and we'll post it on Instagram.
We'll finally put it out
so everybody can see it.
But tell us what it is. Describe it.
So if you guys we call it the Fantastic F or whatever. It's the way that the Trump and Biden votes went. So Trump's got the red curve, right? It gradually goes up and it's peaking and it makes a nice arch. And then you got Biden's, which is below the red line. And all of a sudden, right around 3/4 of the way through, it shoots straight up and then cuts over to let it. So, but what it does is we call it the Fantastic F. It makes the letter F.
That's the massive dumps Trump was talking about.
Yes.
Remember when it was hashtag trending massive dumps?
Massive dumps. So, but in one of the earlier podcasts, Fred he was talking one night about how basically the way the Bunnell family discussions occur is that he always seems to win the family discussion no matter what Lori has to say. So I said, this is how Bunnell family discussions goes. So Lori continues to gradually go up and she hits there. And then somewhere right towards the end of the discussion, Fred magically gets 85,000 more votes. Boom, pops up and hits the win. Wins the argument.
Battle,
That's how I feel it goes in Fred's. Thanks, Coach Fred. By the way, I hope he hasn't died of COVID yet, so he can still hear this.
He's still kicking.
Still kicking.
I checked his pulse last night.
That's
He's
good.
still alive.
He's doing good.
Yeah.
The political memes were on fire. This whole year, like we said, the internet was on fire. But one big thing, I don't know if
we
it
got
was
into a tussle, too, there for a little while.
Yeah, man.
We went tay-to-tay.
Yeah.
Let's air out some laundry.
That's what the internet wants, man. That's what it's all about, dude. But I was going to say real quick when we were talking on the thing, was it this last year that the Face app became the big thing, right?
I think so.
At the beginning of the year, everybody wanted to look old, right?
Yeah.
Then right around the middle of the year, it was the baby. Mm-hmm. You turned into a baby on the app.
Yep.
And now I believe the app is you take your favorite video from Scarface or whatever it is, and they face swap you onto these things.
Oh,
and I've seen some of my friends be face swapped, or I've seen them do like Arnold Schwarzenegger, different ones. And the technology is almost getting to the point now where someone's going to go to jail for like a murder.
It's getting
because
creepy.
the face swapping is like so on point.
Good.
That, you know, I could put you on like Uncle Buck, let's say, or something like
John
that.
Candy.
And it will blend you in so perfectly that if you had never seen it, you would think you were Uncle Buck.
Yep.
Well, that picture that you made of YuSkool with John Candy, and that mustache, my kids thought that was a picture of me, which is not cool. But
hey, Dad,
they're like, you have that mustache.
Technology, man.
That's pretty good.
Technology is
God.
good. I love technology.
Actually, now I need to do one with Norm.
Ooh,
I need to do a Norm sticker next.
Talk about a man that
swap you onto that would be.
Talk about a man that loved beer right there.
Oh, the other come ups though we've done is we created YuSkool stickers, YuSkool hats.
I got a shirt made the other day.
Nice.
I'm gonna show you guys that after this.
It's been, and I've been rocking my hat like nobody's. I combed my hair today. I said we're going out in public, so I'm actually gonna. I put pants on. I was very proud.
I've heard YuSkool talked in places, settings where I didn't think. Like my dad is I've told you, a big YuSkool guy, but the other day I was at Thanksgiving.
Sweetness?
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
And my brother-in-law was like, how do I get an ad onto YuSkool? He heard the Al's Furniture guy.
Yeah.
Smothered in butter.
Sour cream.
Or Percos.
Hey, you know what? He's one of the guys on our list that we got to meet this year.
That's true.
New
Too.
There you go.
Yep.
Gary Shriver.
Gary.
I know he's listening too. So hello, Gary. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Thank you for all that you do. I know that you have sold some airtime ads for us with that beautiful voice.
And I know somebody's at home right now enjoying their New Year's Day on a nice lazy boy that they got way out McHenry Avenue.
Al's Furniture.
Al's
Furniture. Now they need to change it. Sweet Al's Furniture.
Sweet Al.
Then you really
I could buy Al's
Turkey Machines Furniture.
Al Pastor's Furniture.
Yep.
Way out McHenry Avenue. Is it Avenue or Bull? It's Avenue, right?
McHenry Avenue, I believe.
McHenry
Yes.
Avenue, yeah.
Way out McHenry Avenue. He's got
Although
that
now
voice.
I got London calling you Turkey Machine. We
Oh,
were going
good.
through old pictures. Is that the Turkey Machine? I was like, yeah,
That's old Uncle
that's-
Turkey Machine.
Yeah,
over
that's
there.
the Turkey
Yeah,
Machine.
plus I don't agree with that commercial because if you're way out on McHenry, you're actually in Escalon. Yeah.
Well, so if you listen to that episode, we talked about it. He's coming from Turlock.
Oh, so he's way out.
Yeah, that's
Actually,
true.
so he's coming off 99 and then going way off of Clarabelle. So it's way out McHenry Avenue for him, for his direction.
Yeah.
Coming the other direction.
Yeah.
So when we talked about it, I said, unless if you're coming from Escalon, it's really not
Or
that
Ripon.
way out there.
Ripon.
Right. Or Ripon. But it's not really that far out. But I think we're getting...
Or Oakdale.
We're
Short drive down Patterson Road.
We were dissecting it way
But
too
still.
much. Way out Clarabelle.
Whereas for us, let's say what's on way out McHenry to us would be 5 Points,
Oh, yeah.
right? The Denny's at the end, right before you hit J Street.
Or
That would be way out McHenry.
Lagorio's.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pet Boys.
Nino's.
Nino's.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, going the other way. There you go.
Let's go best TV show, Netflix series, or movie that you watched in 2020.
Well,
Can I start mine out?
fire away.
Get it.
These are none that I actually watched, but that America watched.
Oh.
Cobra Kai on Netflix.
Great show.
And The Tiger King.
Didn't do the Tiger King.
I didn't like it. I watched a couple
We
episodes of it.
we started, got 2-3 in, and it just kind of faded off. I was going to say one that's on Netflix that we started that we really liked was called Shameless. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Shameless. It's
You
good.
just start. So what season are you on?
We got 2 left. We're on like 8, and it goes up to like season 10.
It's good, though.
The first seasons, you're kind of getting into it, learning characters, but it takes you on a very roller coaster
It's a
of
wild ride.
low-end family in Chicago.
Yep.
But for some reason, Frank Gallagher, this character, I just like, he's a great, in every show, there's just like a great character, he's worth following.
Yep.
Never watched it. Actually,
Shameless.
never heard of it.
Put it on the list. Shameless.
You still haven't watched Letterkenny, which I'm highly disappointed at.
No, I haven't.
'Cause
I'm
you will-
surrounded by my kids like
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I average maybe like an hour of television a week, maybe.
Okay.
And when I do watch it, it's the Red Green Show or California's Gold with Hugh Hauser.
Nice.
But these are episodes you've already watched.
Or Andy Griffith. Yeah, they're great.
Okay.
But you're never like at work. Let's say you have an hour lunch break and you like.
I
pop
downloaded
on,
some stuff on my phone.
I've never had that.
Never done that, huh?
Never had that.
I would always be at school or something where you'd have like a prep period and you just have like an hour to kill. So I would start a show and like every day you watch another episode or
Yep.
I don't know.
I mean,
Are you guys Mandalorian? Do you guys? Watch
I haven't done that one. No.
Oh.
There's a bunch I haven't done either because with the kid, you know, like if we're watching anything, it's Puppy Dog Pals or Mickey Mouse Clubhouse or so at night, kind of when we crash out. For a while, we used to really watch like the home improvement, you know, HGTV stuff.
Fixer
and
Upper.
then when you start doing your own home improvements, you don't ever want to watch that stuff because these guys are $10,000 and I redid the whole bathroom, kitchen, and we flipped it for $280,000. It's like, dude, you can't even get the permit for $10,000, bro.
No kidding.
In
Yeah, that's
California.
a very disappointing show. Like they do it like in 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like House Hunters International because I like to see how far the dollar goes if one day I did want to move to Thailand.
I want to go to Costa Rica.
Yeah, right.
What am I getting?
Right, yeah.
If I were to
Do
sell
they-
my house right now, what
Do they
would I
ever
get?
do like fixer uppers like in Nepal or Iraq or Saudi Arabia, Pakistan?
Yeah, right.
We
when,
added a luscious dirt floor into our dirt walled
it's like
hut.
the Property Brothers or whatever, those twins. They're doing one in Iraq.
We're in a village north of Baghdad.
We got an amazing reed roof installed.
Although we do have quite the listening in Pakistan and Bangladesh.
Oh, do we?
Yes.
YuSkool does? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
There
to
you
all
go.
my listeners over there.
India. India is huge. India is probably one of the big. I'll show you.
Oh,
the
Do you
stats.
think they listen to try to learn lingo and like learn how
Maybe.
to speak American? Maybe because I've heard that about
Oh,
foreigners.
beta, thank you.
They watch TV shows to learn how to speak English. So
Sometimes I think it's just robo listeners, like so it bumps up your stats.
I know, like
Maybe.
some of my Hispanic friends growing up, their families would watch, you know, shows Married with Children, and that's how they learned English. They
Is that like
learned-
why I watch Telemundo Weather to learn Spanish?
maybe, or they always have a
It has-
hot weather girl.
I was going to say, it has nothing to do with the weather girl. I'm just trying to learn Spanish. That's why it's on mute.
How about Cops? That's why I watch Cops, so I could
It's
figure
like-
out the laws and the rules.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Educate myself.
Exactly.
That's why I'm sweating.
Yeah.
So I just got done watching it.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, but shows.
Did you do shows?
No, I didn't do
Oh,
the shows.
sorry.
go for it.
Shameless.
So, but yeah, Shameless is a good show. Yellowstone was great. That was a good season of Yellowstone.
Kevin
I was
Costner.
gonna say that's Kevin Costner,
Yep.
right?
So
How
I know
do you get that? That's on Netflix.
Oh, Lori Benell, she's into that one too. So I
That's
appreciate
on
when she chimes
Netflix
in.
or Shameless is
No,
on Netflix.
that's on Paramount.
Paramount. I don't think I get that.
Yeah. So it's just a normal.
That's another one for
TV.
me to buy.
Oh,
apparently.
DirecTV.
Yeah.
Son
Or
of a business.
jailbreak your Fire Stick like every other
Yeah.
American, but yeah, Yellowstone was good. Mandalorian was this was a great season for Mandalorian, and then I finally got to the season finale, and so now they're going to come out with a new Boba Fett spin-off, I guess. They're already making spin-offs for this. What else did I have? I had other good show. Oh, Queen's Gambit is the one we're watching right
Oh
now.
yeah. You brought that up
Holy
earlier.
smokes. And I thought, I really did. I was kind of like, but everybody kept raving about it. I'm like, well, I got to turn it on. And even London is watching it with us. And it's like, you just want to binge it. I don't want to walk away from my TV. It's so good.
So you're speaking Japanese to me. I need to get into this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So Queen's Gambit, just a quick synopsis. It's like she's a chess player.
So they haven't showed it yet, but her parents died. Or I guess her mom kind of went crazy, but she was like a mathematical genius. Mom died. She got orphaned. And so she didn't really have anything. And so somehow she kind of came across this game of chess. And so this is what she learned and just became fascinated with. And then it turns out like she's a prodigy. And so she's like this 15-year-old girl and she's going out and just taking, and this is back in I I think it's like set in the late 50s, early 60s.
Oh, it's like a period piece.
Yeah,
Sick.
so it's still very women don't play chess. That's a men's. Women go at home, so all the moms are all the housewives.
Go make a sandwich.
They're on their mommy's little helpers. They're all the housewives are on drugs or drunk and smoking cigarettes in the house, and men make the money, but she's out there just killing it right now,
playing chess,
just knocking it.
And that one's on Netflix. I've seen that one pop up.
But it's really well written.
Fighting for women's rights, get their license. We want to vote. We want to play chess.
And when you got a little girl and you're trying to encourage that stuff, it was kind of that same thing. It was like the new Mulan. I was like, this is going to be dumb. But then you're watching her like be so excited. I'm like, this is cool. Like
inspiring.
It's inspiring. Like I'm capable. Yeah, you're capable of doing that.
I was going to say inspiring. Going back, it was a movie, and I don't think it was this year, but it came out on HBO. I think this year it was called Green Book.
Oh, and that was really good.
He goes and he drives the guy in, Mahershala Ali, takes him to the South. He's African, but he plays piano hella good. And that was kind of like an inspiring.
Green Book was really good.
Green Book.
Yep. So, I mean, there wasn't a lot going on this year. I was very excited for Top Gun, which never got to come out.
Did they hold off a bunch of movies,
they
right?
They held off a ton of movies. The whole Marvel universe is being held back. And so I'm waiting. If they open up the theaters next year, it's going to be popping. So
did they ever open theaters? Didn't they for like a minute, but then they closed them all back down, I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Social distance theaters or something.
And
How do you do that
you can
now?
go to Brennan. It's $99. You can rent a theater. Invite out your friends or whatever.
The whole
I think
room
there's
is
a
your
number.
own?
The room is yours.
Someone said drive-in theaters were popping back up again too, or something.
Santa Cruz did a thing in their parking lot where they just did a huge drive-in movie, and everybody pulls up, turns it on a radio station because that's like the new thing. Turn it on a radio station, and then we also just did the drive-through Christmas lights in Modesto at church, Shelter Cove.
Yeah,
which was really cool. Everything's through your phone.
Yep.
Oh, you go to a station and then it.
Well, you go on their app, you download their app, and you play it. And as you're going through there, it automatically plays what's going on outside of your car with the lights.
There's a neighborhood in Oakdale that does it where you turn on the radio station, and then all the houses are keyed up music. Well, some of the houses that are music.
That's Atlas Road, right? That was that. Yeah,
it's so crazy.
We went and saw that. That was.
It's worth the drive.
We did a wedding on Atlas Road, and he was talking about that. The homeowner, he's like, "You got to come here during Christmas."
Oh,
man.
you got to.
Oh,
if you haven't done it, and so we make the. I got that little igloo cooler or whatever or thermos, and so we make hot chocolate, and then we'll drive it 2 or 3 times. You just kind of do loops and keep checking it out because it changes as the music changes. The whole show changes.
Yeah, we hopped out and just walked in. Ezra was walking it, and just every house he'd stop and zone out, and then he'd go. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah. Loved it.
So
let's go to podcasts. What's your best podcast that you listen? Do you guys listen to podcasts?
This is it. This is the only one I listen to.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Been listening to my wife does these like murder mystery kind of things. She's all into like the murder mystery podcast. So I haven't like followed them deep, but I've paid attention to a few of them. I kind of get down on it. It's kind of like what's the show Dateline NBC where they. So it's there's some good ones.
You want a good murder mystery, true story?
Yeah.
Podcast. This one's called Your Own Backyard. It's about a girl in Stockton in the mid '90s. She went to Cal Poly, and she went to a party one night and disappeared and never showed back.
Was
up.
this about the California? This was a great year for murder mystery because HBO did a thing about that California killer or Golden State killer.
Oh yeah.
Oh. And I guess Patton Oswalt or something. His wife was like. Anyways, and then they found him this year too, and he actually got arrested.
Really?
Yeah, he was like 80 years old. He looked like he was about to die.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Remember? Yeah, the Golden State Killer or whatever.
Through a DNA.
Oh, was yours the one where they ended up finding her body or whatever, buried behind Cal Poly?
No, they dug behind Cal Poly. They did not find her remains.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of how it started with a podcast, and then next thing you know,
people started
private
listening
citizens
and then,
started getting involved, and
I think I know that
they start digging things up.
But if you want to if you want to go down a rabbit hole with the podcast and just start, and you're going to binge it from first episode to the last episode, is Your Own Backyard about Kristen Smart.
Kristen,
she's from Stockton, and it is It is a really crazy story. There's all kinds of different loops and cover-ups almost like the sheriff's department in that area covered up a few things. The school kind of covered some. I take it back. The school police covered some stuff up, and the local police department covered some stuff up. Now it's in the hands of the sheriff's department, and they're working with the FBI.
Damn.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes they always talk about cover this up or cover that up, but then also you got to remember when I watch these murder mystery things. Sorry, I'm way back here again. You watch these murder mystery things. The technology now is just that much better. The DNA samples, and they can find a hair in the ground and carbon date it to this and this, and it's insane how far they come. So a lot of them, like, what do they call them? Cold cases and things.
Yeah.
But it's like they just haven't been able to process all, like you said, the information and stuff. So some of these cops, I don't know if they just, back in the day, the hell with it, and just move on to the next thing.
Well, for instance, there was some major evidence that was lost.
Oh, yeah.
There were some cadaver dogs that hinted on a certain room, and it was his room, and it was her smell. And
they never went through
with it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So,
whereas nowadays you might get a judge to order the warrant or the search because the technology is so good that they can take,
Well, in the mid-'90s, they've come a long way since the mid-'90s with DNA. So same with the Speed Freak killers. Theirs was the mid-'90s.
Uh-huh.
Now that's a cold case. That's local as well in London, and.
Well, now they're catching guys that 23andMe. He had a brother, or I guess a half brother, that did a 23andMe,
and
linked him. So his DNA popped up on a watch list or whatever. And they said, "Hey, here's the scoop," but it didn't match completely. Do you have any? And he's like, "Hey, well, all of a sudden the FBI shows up at his house, like, hey, well, we're here. You're under investigation for murder." And he's like, wait, what's going on? And then, because he did this 23andMe, and then it turned out that, you can get a hold of my parents, and turns out he had a half brother he didn't even know about.
Wow.
And that's the dude that did it.
Oh.
So you don't even have to take the test. So that's why I was like, if I ever kill somebody and Audra took the 23andMe, I'm in trouble.
Imagine doing an Ancestry.com just to find out if you're like Native American. You're trying to get like a college credit.
And now you're arrested for some crime you committed.
I want my 30%, and your dad ends up going to prison for that. Or you do it and you have like 3 brothers or a bunch of kids you don't know about. It could go both ways, right? You could have siblings, or you could have children.
Yeah.
They took theirs trying to track you down, and now you're busted.
Or your mom's going to prison for something crazy.
Be wild.
So that's how the Golden State Killer, though. That's how he.
Yeah, and there was a whole HBO documentary thing right when he was getting arrested. It was almost the perfect timing for murder mystery, man.
This year, yeah. So if you want to check one out, your own backyard would be a pretty cool one to go to. Any of you guys got anything? Any podcasts?
The only other podcast that's what I was looking at. The only other one I listen to is it's called The Place. Oh, I just had.
I mean, besides YuSkool,
The Place We Find Ourselves by Adam Young. It's deep. It'll hit you with some pretty serious topics, but it's a kind of a Christian podcast that comes from there. But you'll have like counselors on there, and it talks about like personal traumas. Like people will talk about your childhood, and you're like, I don't really remember that. And then it talks about how your body will block certain memories as a self-defense preservation mode. And so different things. And so it'll always kind of stir up random stuff. And then it'll go into like racism, and they'll have special guests that come on and stuff. But it talks about a lot of like the mental stuff and traumas you've been through, and
why your brain does
what you do. And so I a friend of mine told me about that one, and so we kind of binged that for a while, but now we're waiting for more
everyone keeps
episodes to
telling
come
us
out.
about Schitt's Creek. Have you guys got into that
Mary
one
loves
yet?
it. Mary loves
Schitt's
it.
Creek's supposed to be funny. I haven't.
She just binged the crap out of that
Really?
one.
There's been 30 of them.
It's pretty funny. I'll
Creek.
see an episode here and there.
I still get people telling me you got to get into Game of Thrones. I haven't even started Game of Thrones.
I don't know
yet.
how you haven't done that. But you're a sports guy,
No,
and that's sci-fi,
right. If
fantasy.
you get a chance, like today, like say
Like,
I
I'm a
get home
fantasy
from here
nerd,
now,
so-
I'm not gonna go put on a movie. I'm gonna put on. Although last night
Another
they
game.
had the Die Hards playing on a.
Oh, yeah.
For the New Year's, it was
Oh,
Die Hard,
really?
then Die Hard 2, then Die Hard with a Vengeance. I think it was HBO or one of those. I did do that. I don't know why. Yeah, I'll watch an old movie, but yet I won't
Turn on a new.
get into Game of Thrones.
See, I have a
won't
hard
get
time
into-
rewatching anything. I always want something new. I don't want to know what's going to happen, except for like the 80s. Whoever the guy that directed Uncle Buck and 16
John
Candles,
Hughes.
John Hughes.
Classic
I will
stuff.
watch the crap out of John Hughes movies, no matter what.
Or
time
like
of day it
Christmas.
is.
Do you
Home
watch
Alone.
like Santa
Yep.
Claus or things like that? We will always watch
Yeah.
Santa Claus, the Tim Allen one. I love that one.
John Hughes was like a genius. All of his movies, and he has great soundtracks. Like he
Yeah.
does like the whole soundtrack, like the scores. I guess they would
He's
be called.
Ferris Bueller, right? Or no?
I would have to look
That
into
era,
that.
though.
I
But
don't
yeah,
know,
that
but
era.
yeah.
It would be like, and his favorite guys was John Candy.
Yeah, but it was like
Macaulay
Trains, Planes,
Culkin,
and Automobiles,
yeah.
Uncle Buck,
16 Candles,
Home Alone.
Breakfast Club.
Okay.
All that, if I turn on the TV and Breakfast Club is on, I'm not going to change the channel. I'll watch this. Cool. I'm down with that.
Mine is The Burbs.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's never on.
Oh.
All right, let's go to number. Do you guys have Spotify?
I do. I'm a Spotify, but I use Spotify for the reason because of PlayStation Network doesn't use Pandora. They only use Spotify. So like I got really into Spotify through when I play PlayStation. So like when it was giving me my favorite things from the year, it was more or less because like the Deftones new album, like every time I would log in and play PlayStation, I would just start that album.
Yeah.
So it would just play the same stuff over and over. So it's like I agree with Spotify and my top choices, but also like some of them is like how that,
They just go off of what you
right,
listen to.
right. But it's like on my PlayStation loop, I guess is what I was saying.
So one cool thing about Spotify is they will send you all your tops. It's like a whole slideshow of everything you've listened to, how many people have followed you, how many people have listened to music because of your playlists. But my top songs this year on Spotify, I wish it told you how many times you listened to it.
Drum roll, please.
You got any thing over there? Any sound effects?
Yeah, I don't think we have drums on here,
No
do we?
drum roll, but we do. We need a drum roll. By the way.
We could do a drum roll.
We could do our fingers.
Put that in the book and submit to the line. Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball.
There you go.
All right, number 5, because it gives you a top 5. Now, there's a lot going into this, because number 1, I have a daughter that listens to my account through our Google Assistant thing. So you just have to say, hey, Google, play
whatever.
this song.
Yeah.
Okay.
And DJing, right?
And DJing.
So like Cool and the
Oh.
Gang could be in here.
And on top of that, yes. Cool. On top of that, all the football games that I announce and play music to. So 2 of these songs are from football. 3 of these songs are from weddings and my daughter. Okay. Top 5. Number 5, Sunflower by Post Malone.
Yep.
Okay.
That was a big song this
Nice.
Number 4, Whiskey Glasses by Morgan Wallen.
year. Okay.
Okay.
Number 3, Seven
Whiskey
Summers
Glasses.
by Morgan Wallen.
Which one?
7 Summers.
How's that go?
7 summers ago.
He was just the music guest on SNL the other
don't know if
night.
I saw-
He's
I
got a
don't know if I've
nice
heard that
mullet.
He does.
Real nice mullet.
Number 2, This Bar by Morgan Wallen.
Wow. A lot of Morgan Wallen.
Yes. But these are songs also that I play at weddings.
Okay.
Like while it's appetizer,
Yep.
hors
Yeah,
d'oeuvres,
yeah.
hanging out. And my daughter listens to the crap out of it. And when my kids are in the car with her, they listen. Anyways, number 1 for the Thompson Turkey Machine Spotify account,
Al Pastor.
Falling by Trevor Daniels.
Trevor Daniels.
Falling.
I don't
I'll
know
play
that
it for
one.
you guys later.
I was gonna say,
But
once you play it, I'll
it's a
know
football song, and my kids love it. And they watched a couple highlight videos of Odell Beckham,
Okay.
and this is the song that plays on YouTube. So once they found the song from the highlights,
Then it was just looped.
then they
onto
want
it.
to listen to it a
Yeah.
million times.
Yeah,
And every
it's-
time we play football, every football game we go to,
It's gotta be on.
Yeah, play it. So
There you go.
Anyways, not really that cool or interesting, but
I'm
gonna
on
say
my
my-
Spotify thing here real quick. And what would it be under? Isn't there somewhere inside about or somewhere in here where you were talking about had your best songs, your top albums? Like I said, mine was the Deftones put out a new album this year. I think I played that thing 10 million times, so I'm sure the top songs are probably songs from that album. But for me, it's more or less, I like to just click onto, let's say, I'm feeling some old school rap hip hop, right? Let's say I want to hear Ice Cube, It Was a Good Day, while I'm playing PlayStation. Because you can't play the soundtracks from the PlayStation games or you'll lose your mind listening to the...
Whatever.
I turn all the commentary, the soundtracks, everything off and then just play Spotify over it. And, so it's like you could be listening to like, I probably went through a month or two phase where it was just 90s hip hop and rap. And then there was a phase where it was Hank Williams Jr., like Kalijah, so it's, I don't know, it's kind of weird, I think, to, at least for my sake, to judge off of that. But you get a sense of kind of what I listen to because I think it was... Led Zeppelin was one of the top bands or top artists. I want to say, obviously, Deftones. I want to say Action Bronson. I don't know if you guys are Action Bronson fans, but he's my dabble into, I guess, hip-hop and rap, newer hip-hop and rap. I don't really like new rap. I don't really like new...
It takes a little bit to get used to it.
It's not my jam.
It's mumble, repetitive... it's these songs, in my bank account, in my bank account, in my bank. It's like they say the same over and over, and it gets stuck in your head, and then all of a sudden you're singing this song. Whereas, like, I don't know, I want the lyrics to be funny, Like Action Bronson, like some of my favorite lines, he'll say, he's like, I'm out in left field with Gary Sheffield, or he goes, I hit 2 puffs on my inhaler, got me feeling like Lawrence Taylor,
Yeah, we're well when I got the Audi this year, it came with the Sirius XM. Well, then I found Sirius XM Coffee House. Just like the slow
laid back.
That's all it is. Way out McHenry Avenue. But it's so
You're
but
in
they'll do
grooves.
remakes of songs, and so but it's like the acoustic coffee house version of songs you already know. So we came across Obadiah Parker is one of the guys and he does a remake of Hey Ya. The Hey Ya.
Outcast.
Yeah, so it's Outcast, but it's like acoustic. Oh, dude, I think we played that song in our house 100 times. But when we wake up in the morning, whoever basically wakes up first, because London has we have Alexa in the house. We got Alexas everywhere. So somebody will just wake up, Alexa, play Sirius XM Coffee House.
Then
now
it
it's just going to
plays.
probably ping at our house. And while I'm listening to it at home. And then all of a sudden it'll just kick on, and then that's just kind of what we get ready to. So it's playing in the bathrooms and stuff like that. And
Do you
it's kind of
do you have
chill.
Alexa in each room?
Pretty much. Actually, what we were saying that the other day is we have 6 or 7 in the house, and then now we have the iWatches. So the iWatches will actually start playing if you want it to. The phones can start playing. So it kind of no matter where you go.
You're just synced up, man.
Yeah, we have and then the other thing is Mary always comes, hey, remind me, whatever. And I'm all, you realize we have like Jarvis in the house,
that's
right?
what this is for.
My brain is not going to function that in 6 hours I'm going to remember you to do this chore. But we have robots that will remind you.
Right.
Yeah.
So
right.
just tell Alexa. And then it's like, oh, yeah, good idea. I'm like, oh, yeah, thank you.
It's a good thing, but also a curse because it kind of becomes your brain to the point where you don't start learning stuff. You just start asking questions,
It's kind of like a backup camera on a pickup.
kind of.
Yeah.
You rely on the backup camera and you stop looking in the mirror.
Yeah. Or like when I'm switching lanes, it'll tell me if there's a car in
Yep.
that lane. I don't even look over the shoulder. I just go because my camera says, oh, you're clear.
But
I
the amount
didn't
of
even look.
times you want to learn something, and normally when we were kids, you got, everybody bought the Encyclopedia Britannicas. Oh, well, I want to know how much a lion eats, or actually we did it the other day. We want to know how much an elephant ate during a day, whatever, because London said I asked her I will always ask her random questions like, hey, if you could be one animal, what would you be? Or, hey, if you could have one superpower, what would you want to have? just because
Right.
you
Make
know,
it fun.
it makes it fun. And then, you know, kids are doing stuff. So we're sitting there and she was like, well, I said, if we got rid of the dogs and we got one pet, what would you want? She was like, I would want a polar bear and an elephant. I was like, well, how feasible do you think that is in the house? You know, how much does a polar bear eat? Well, I'm not going to go over and pull out the Encyclopedia Britannica and research, but you can ask Alexa.
Exactly.
And Alexa told us like instantly, oh, a polar bear eats, it was like 200 pounds of meat a day. And I was like, no offense, but I can't afford that. So I don't think we can get a polar bear.
We're going to have to start a seal farm.
Oh, yeah.
And then the polar bear is going to have to eat the seals. And then how much does the seal eat each day? Because you got to feed the seals.
And can I sell enough seal oil to offset the cost of whatever? But yeah, so we realized between one or the other, we had to get an elephant because that's the only one we could actually afford to take. But I said she's in charge of picking up the poop.
And you got to walk it every day.
Yeah.
Yikes.
You don't want that thing getting fat and lazy.
Well, no, you can. That's the thing is elephants actually take up a lot less room.
Oh.
Because you can just put the stake in the ground and they'll just make their little circle. Oh. So feasibly, we figured out we could own an elephant easier than a polar bear.
And your elephant could probably bathe in your swimming pool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we said the polar bear could do that too.
Oh, yeah.
Especially all winter. So.
But if you have a polar bear, you almost have to have a clear window in the pool so that way you can watch them swim.
Well, that would be cool. That would be the
thing. Then you'd have to dig a basement.
Yeah.
Now we're just there's just tangents. But so that's the fun part of owning. Is the government listening to everything going on outside our house?
Well, that's
yeah,
what I was
probably.
just going to ask you. Do you ever feel like it's listening to you? Because I've been where I haven't, we don't have Alexa, but I've been to the point where like I'm going to the bathroom or whatever, and I'm looking at stuff, and all of a sudden I'm sitting and I'm thinking, oh yeah, we should have put new metal roof on the front porch instead of wood roof. And next thing you know, I'm looking through my thing, and it's like ads for metal roofs, or you know, it's like
corrugated
wait a minute.
aluminum near
right. Like, wait a minute. Like, I didn't even say anything to anybody. I looked in my phone like one time, and next thing you know, every ad search and everything popping up, not just on my phone, but it was like, wow, someone's listening, or
somebody's listening.
Somebody's listening.
Alexa's listening.
It's your
That's
algorithms.
Right. She's trying to set me up. I'd set me up for success. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if you're typing this in and your phone, like you said, picks up the algorithm and it starts doing these searches, but it's another thing when it's like, I swear I never mentioned it or anything. But
my
Alexa
problem is I'm probably
Siri
on a watch
whatever.
list somewhere because I'm talking about grenade launchers and body armor and buying pallets of ammo, and I know I'm pinging flags on somebody's file somewhere over in Washington. But
I'm gonna get an ad for toilet paper because I pooped in my pants.
Yeah, there you go. You're gonna get some kind of Depends.
Hanes. Yeah, it's gonna be advertisements for Hanes. Fruit of the Loom.
Oh my god.
All right, so let's go. Is there anything else on this list that you guys wrote down you guys want to talk about, or you want to just skip to the end?
Oh, I was gonna say most grateful.
Most grateful for?
Yep.
Okay,
that's one of mine.
Go.
For our 2020, we had ups and downs, but our down was obviously Mary. The up was having Lily, but the down was so she pretty much like coded 3 different times.
What does coded mean?
So she like flatlined. So she lost enough blood where technically her heart stopped beating.
Damn.
Yeah. So that was kind of a trip, but but this is at Memorial. So, hey, nope, don't call me. But
it's an ad.
Yeah. So I was gonna say it's an ad for corrugated metal. But so to all the staff at Memorial Medical Center, so like Chrissy Heinrich was there. Mindy Mao, I don't know what her married name is Venus. Now, but
quick question. You said she was losing blood, like I'm sorry, but she was losing blood like bleeding out?
Yeah, so actually right after Lily was born, she lost they gave her Lily and she was holding her, and then I watched her eyes just roll back in her head and just boom right there, and I'm watching the heart rate monitor and it just goes like she's done. So grabbed Lily, and then they took her, and but they were just slamming her with all kinds of meds, basically to
right.
vasoconstriction. So you kind of trap in what blood you have, but yeah, she lost. I don't even know how much blood was there.
Because I know sometimes with pregnant they internally bleed and get sick, right?
Yeah,
not just
Well,
like
then,
the blood from that, but like
Yeah.
they don't sew you up right. I've heard horror stories.
Yeah. So through all that trauma, then she ended up getting, oh gosh, I'm drawing the blank now, but like blood poisoning because they left stuff that was so traumatic, and they're in there trying to get everything closed up and get her to stop bleeding that she ended up getting a blood infection. And then we got home. She spiked a fever, like 106 or whatever, got real sick, went back in. Then they did they thought we had COVID.
I was
so
gonna say,
they
if ever a year
quarantined
that
us.
you don't want to be going in and out of the hospital.
And then they weren't allowing me in the hospital. And actually that was the cool part is apparently husbands weren't supposed to be in there. And technically, I guess they I don't know if I'm going to get anybody in trouble, but they let me kind of sneak in. And so I was in there for like a week and a half. We did like 10 days. And so, but they let me stay in there with her. And then,
wow.
Yeah. And so we Grubhubbed and whatever. But
just grateful for all those.
Then she went home
man.
and lost a bunch of. She was at her mom's house and she lost six units of blood that time, and then pretty much died again. And
damn.
And then they caught it just in time. But dude, it was a wild year. So
I guess I'm pretty lucky. My wife has never died.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Well, I mean, and I've never been through that experience.
Yeah. That
because
wild.
it's a helpless feeling. You can't do anything.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You're putting your wife in the doctor's hands.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Well, and even before that, we had the time where she lost a bunch of blood at home, and luckily, at least I kind of knew what to do, and so elevated her legs. And
I'll say, what do you do, right?
London called. London, I tossed her the phone and said, call 911, and she was quick enough because we do the practice rounds. Where we said you have to be able to say your name, give your address, say your phone number, and then tell them what's going on. Boom. Just like we practiced. She grabbed that phone and, hi, my name's London Reeskimper, and I live that's my address, and they're like, well, we already know your phone number, but, and then said, yeah.
Dang, 9 years old, rocking that.
Oh, this was couple years ago. This is right after Merrick. So
7?
She was 7 and just crushed it. So I was so proud of her for that. But yeah, and so I was literally had my hands on Mary's chest, like ready to start compressions, and she just but I propped her legs up to try to get all that blood back, and then she moaned, and I was like, "Oh, not cool."
Almost broke your ribs.
Yeah, I didn't get a pulse on her, so I was going for compressions, and luckily, I don't know what the hell happened, but yeah,
just grateful for them doctors, and
it's been So that was my. But so I am grateful for everything that everybody at Memorial Medical Center did. So to all those nurses, thank you.
That's cool. Wow, that's awesome. You got anything?
I kind of started the show when I kind of mentioned this, but I'm just grateful for everyone coming and helping. We did a lot of home projects this year. If there's one thing I really am blessed, me and my dad did probably butt heads a lot, and we argued a lot, but through it all, I think we were already good friends. I think we kind of built even better little relationship, and just, seeing, like, say, Uncle Robert, or even my good friend Guy Goodhart, his dad just passed away, Henry. It's like, man, you don't really know how many more opportunities you do get to do these kind of things. So I'm just beyond grateful to have the family and friends to help out, because, I mean, if it was just me, nothing would have gotten done, man. No way. So I love all you guys, man. Thank you for that.
Do you guys want to go through any last year at the end of the podcast, or during the podcast, we talked about what we want. What's it called? The
resolution.
Oh, resolution. Oh, yeah. Okay, so what are our resolutions for this year?
Sit-ups, Clay?
Oh, I'm passing sit-ups this year.
Is it my turn for sit-ups?
Yeah. I don't want to do sit-ups. I don't even want to do one of them.
I said I just gotta watch my mouth. That's my kicker.
Potty mouth.
Swear jar.
Well, it's hard too, because now with all the stuff at youth group or whatever, and then we're sitting there, and all of a sudden I slip up, and everybody kind of stopped, and I was like, "Sorry, I'm still in the firehouse. My bad."
Drop an F-bomb in front of a bunch of kids at church.
Yeah, and you're just like, I can't believe I did that.
I'm the role model.
Yep. So
dropping
I got a
MFer.
Well, and so I got to stop doing it at the firehouse, because it just becomes that's typical speech, Yeah. So it just rolls off the tongue, but.
The old tip of the tongue.
The tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips.
Resolution for the frost?
Oh, man. To be honest, I know we always talk about health and happiness and all that, but just for everyone, just health and happiness, man. This is like last year makes you really appreciate it. And I just know for myself being at home, I put on a few LBs. So maybe get myself going, maybe not for me, but for my kids' sake. And we're hoping and praying and practicing tonight.
Hey.
Baby number 2. So
Practice makes perfect.
That's right.
we were on that
You got to
path.
teach him the method.
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
Oh, I
has-
know the method.
Oh, okay.
You must complete orgasm before insemination.
Oh, hey.
It's
Close.
That's how I had my first kid, for real. So we know that we put it on hold with last year's. That's the one thing about you having a kid last year, man. A couple of my buddies having kids. What a wild ride that must have been. Just, hey, Clayton, can you wait in the parking lot until the baby's about to pop out, and we'll let you in, okay?
Yeah, you're not allowed to come in.
yeah, babies in COVID, not a good time.
So we kind of went on hold, and hopefully 2021 will bring some good news to that realm.
2020 win.
2020.
All right, my resolution would be to balance out this podcast and all my other crazy things and still show my family all the attention that they need. So however that has to happen, if I have to wait till they all fall asleep and then go outside and edit a podcast for 4 hours and have to stay up till 2 a.m., so be it. But
And
that's just how it
I thought you were
rolls.
going to get your eyebrows done this year. I keep waiting.
thread.
Yeah,
Thread 'em up,
still
dude.
need to thread your eyebrows.
Well, the last podcast, I don't know if you guys listened to it, but James commented on how nice my eyebrows are.
I mean, you have a beautiful shape. You're killing it right now.
the darkness.
But since the challenge was thrown out,
I haven't been able to go because of COVID.
oh,
There we go.
That's what it was.
There you go.
Oh,
Biggest
okay.
disappointment in 2020. You
I'm
didn't
pretty
get
sure
your
I could get one of the
eyebrows
girls
threaded.
from the salon out here one of these times, and we'll get a.
My wife
We'll
gets
just
her
have a
eyebrows
threading party.
done probably every 3 weeks.
I was going to say, he's telling us about secret bars and restaurants.
Yeah, I
you
was
know
gonna
he
say,
knows. He's got a secret.
I know a
eyebrow.
few salons that they got paper over the windows, but they're open. But
Yeah, I get my nails done, I get my feet done, but I haven't been able to get my eyebrows done.
Hey, one quick thing, too. I mentioned it, and I haven't said it on the podcast. This is the third birthday, or the third, not birthday, but anniversary of YuSkool's New Year's Day podcast with the family. And the first year was awesome and fun. And then last year, I remember telling you guys how much more of a production the show has become and the quality of the show. And, I mean, look at it now, dude. We are... People
we're
on YouTube
video.
can actually
You can
see
see
my
us.
ugly mug. Yes, I have a face for radio, so maybe black this episode out.
Have you guys been able to watch any of the YouTube ones?
I have.
oh yeah.
I just
You guys
saw
like
the
it?
throw up
Oh, yeah.
clip.
I haven't put that out.
Oh, but that may be that's a future meme right there.
I got to put that
Oh,
out.
Ed.
Oh, that's a total.
Oh.
That's a total meme. The look on his face of holding it. Now the fight that he put up.
He did.
Was one hell of
he
a
fought
fight.
he fought a good fight. It was there.
We'll
The
talk
chin quivering.
the chin quiver, the face coloring, and then the eyes watering, and then the
Yep.
Be ready.
uncertainty.
Be ready, YuSkool universe.
But
There's
that's the
gonna
thing.
be-
Once you get that bubble out, though, I believe him when I'm good. No, I'm good. Like,
Was he
that's
good
it.
after
You
that? We
just
didn't
gotta
see.
Get it out.
He wasn't
Oh,
good.
no?
He
Okay.
wasn't good.
Okay.
He went out in the orchard and gave him a
And
little
watered fertilized the yard.
fertilizer.
Okay.
all right.
Internal fertilizer.
Yeah.
I think it was to the flavor of Pendleton.
Oh yes.
Nice.
By the way, I looked up that price of that bottle that he brought. That was like a $200 bottle of whiskey. There.
Are you still have the bottle over there? And I was gonna say just the label itself is classy.
That's a saddle.
Yeah.
There's a
That's
saddle on
nice.
it.
I mean, it's leather.
Yeah.
That's not even. They're
don't-
not messing around. That's not a sticker.
You don't even throw that away.
No.
I can't.
No.
I don't even know. I would feel guilty if I threw that.
Yes.
saddle.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you hang on to that one.
Okay.
But
One last thing. Is there anything else we want to talk about?
I got to drop my plugs real quick. But
Go for
Yes.
it.
Yes.
do we got time?
Of course.
Okay, so one, I want to give a shout out to Jim Scott. So we were talked to Zach Hogan a while back ago, and he referred me to a buddy of his because I was trying to get a metal sign done. We got I'm trying to do a sign for the church, for the youth group, and but Jim Scott, so Scott's Custom Metal Art in Modesto, he just said, "Oh, if this is for the youth group, whatever, you're not going to try to profit off this or whatever." Boom, he's doing all the work for free, designed it all out, all the graphics and everything. It's awesome. So it's like this cool teardrop with like kind of a river that goes through it, and then it just says like Flood Youth Ministries, and I was like, I don't know how much this is going to cost me, but I really want to do it, for the youth room. And he goes, "No, don't worry about it. We're good." So
very cool.
Big shout out to Jim Scott. So you can hit him up on Instagram. So Scott's CMA for the custom metal art, Scott CMA 19, or give him a call, 209-985-0859. So thank you, Jim. Seriously, really appreciate it. And the other one is, if any of you guys, for our Second Amendment listeners out there, if you are looking for a good quality holster, so go to Thermotac. So Thermotac, THERMOTAC. So Jared Pippin, who is a Calaveras County Sheriff or Tuolumne County Sheriff. Sorry, Jared, I don't even really know. But he started making holsters, and so he actually made me a like concealed carry holster and one and for the magazines. But he can do any buildup you want, and these are crazy quality for half the price of what you're paying everybody else on the internet. So
nice,
just killing it. My old one, I got this guy out in Texas, whatever, and it was leather. But the thing about having it's half Kydex, half leather. These are all Kydex, but the leather one, after the summer, you're wearing it and you got a big piece of leather next to you and you start to sweat, whatever. Oh, dude, it got so funky, so nasty. And I was like, it doesn't even matter. You can smell my gun. You don't you don't need to see it. You can smell me coming. And so, but he got me this,
nice,
made me a custom Kydex holster, and totally legit. So Thermotac holsters. So thank you, Jared. Give him a call or just hit him up on Instagram.
Does Jared need any leather? I have some leather on a Pendleton bottle.
Oh, now you
can
turn
make
that
me a
into a holster?
holster? Yeah,
that would be legit. That
There
would
you
actually
go.
be pretty legit.
There you go.
So, well, we'll talk, Jared. Yeah, we'll see what we can come up with for you.
So before we end the show, I'm going to say we're going to go through some of the celebrity deaths. I'm just going to go down it.
2020 in memoriam, you're saying?
Yep.
Was Tom Petty this year?
No, last year.
Oh, that was last year. Okay.
So we're going to go celebrity deaths. There's a list of that, and then we'll go through local deaths. I'm a big obituary guy, so every day I look at the obituaries.
Do you really?
I go on Deegan's funeral home in Ripon, and I look up their local, and then I do...
see who's not going to be at the coffee shop this morning?
Or at church.
Yeah.
Or I go on to the Modesto B, Legacy Obituaries, and I check out that. Anyways, so we'll start with number 1, Kobe Bryant.
Oh, yeah.
Sean Connery.
Oh.
Brian Dennehy. He was the dad from Tommy Boy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
He died at 81. Kirk Douglas. He died at 103.
That's a big one.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
RBG.
87. Ken Osmond, otherwise known as Eddie Haskell from Leave It to Beaver.
Okay.
Oh.
76.
I was going to say, he had to be old, though, right? I mean,
76. That's really not that bad.
It's a good life, though.
Yeah.
76?
I'd like to make it to 80. If I make it to 80, I'm happy.
He was a celebrity, so I'm sure.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that was an older show. He probably had to be older.
In the 50s.
Yeah.
Around Andy Griffith days.
A little too much beaver for him is what happened.
Neil Peart, drummer from Rush.
Oh, yeah.
He was 62. Little Richard, 87. Passed away.
Wow.
Good golly, Miss Molly. Regis Philbin.
Yeah. Regis.
Kelly Preston, John Travolta's wife.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie Pride, 86. Charlie Pride, country singer.
Yeah.
No. John Prine, also a country singer, 73. Actress Naya Rivera.
Don't know that one.
Kenny Rogers.
Oh, she was young. She
The
was,
Gambler.
I think she was a Disney Channel.
Gambler.
She was like young. Yeah, she was young.
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers, age 81.
Oh, Kenny.
Yeah. He had the gray mane, the golden mane.
Oh, boy. He had a beautiful, it almost like his beard, hair, like was all one beautiful color, like a platinum almost, you know?
Silver Fox.
Yeah.
And he got the best years of Dolly Parton.
Yes, he did. 9 to 5.
Oh, boy.
Coach Don Shula.
Yeah.
Oh, yep.
the winningest coach, the only coach in the NFL that's gone undefeated.
Yep, 76 Dolphins, I believe.
David Stern, the NBA commish.
Yep.
Jerry Stiller.
Oh, Ben Stiller's dad, right?
Oh.
He's Seinfeld. Festivus.
Yes.
A Festivus for the rest of us.
And he was the dad that lived in the basement on, was that Mike and Molly?
Oh, yeah. One of those sitcoms.
Yeah.
No,
With
it was
Paul Blart was the
yes, King of Queens.
King of Queens. Thank you.
Yeah.
Don Wells, Marianne from Gilligan's Island.
Okay.
Alex Trebek,
That's about it.
actor Fred Willard.
Yeah, there you go.
Brody Lee, 41, WWE wrestler.
Oh, that was just recently, right?
Last week, I think.
Yeah.
Tommy Tiny Lister, otherwise known as Debo from Friday.
Oh, yeah. That's my bike.
That's my bike. Craig.
What you got on my 40, homie?
Pops be tripping, man.
Ben Watkins. He was a television kids show chef. He was 14 years old.
Damn.
Yeah, he was on one of those kid shows that my kids like to watch, those cooking shows.
Okay.
And he was always on it. Or
He died at 14?
14.
Damn.
Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, I was going to say. Damn.
Chadwick Boseman.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Oh.
I wonder how that's going to affect the whole Marvel universe. But
Peter Green, Fleetwood Mac. He was 73 years old. These are my own personal favorites.
he drank too much cranberry juice.
Charlie Daniels, 83.
Yep.
Joe Diffie.
Yep.
He got propped up beside the jukebox at 61. Hal Ketchum, Mr. Saturday Night. Small Town Saturday Night, 67 years old. Billy Joe Shaver, 81. And Jerry Jeff Walker, 78.
Not bad, though.
So a list. Do we want to do a list of locals?
Who's big?
Well, I'm just going to
I
go
don't
down.
even know. I'm trying to think of who died this year.
I look at.
Oh, I know who died this year.
I look at the obituaries this year and every single day. So I'm just going to say it. Frank Olmo passed away. Jose Villanueva. Jen Musey. Don Mollipard. Larry Weaver.
Wait, Don Mollipard did die this year.
Ken Viss.
Yep.
Angie Francischetti, who is Sketty's grandma.
Yeah.
Ken Viss was my dad's cousin.
Mrs. Personaire, Joyce Personaire.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Uncle Steve Hoffman, my wife's uncle. Johann Bartelink.
Yeah. John.
Is that how you just pronounce it?
Okay, John, but it was Johan, yeah.
Alex Weaver. Ken Burton.
Oh, yeah.
Who would be Cherie's grandpa. Bill Mulder, who would be Lori's grandfather.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that one either.
George the Barber.
Really?
Passed away this year.
Damn.
Debbie Dyke. She was my favorite bouncer at Crocodiles, and she was also one of my old teammates' mothers. And good times during the Ripon Auto Center days. And then, last but not least, Clayton's buddy, Jorge
Lorea.
I got a couple more recent.
Actually, wasn't Jesse Bruink this year, too?
Oh, Jesse Bruink. You're right. She passed away as well.
I'll say, you guys remember Henry Goodhart? He owned all the car wash in Escalon and Oakdale.
Oh, yeah.
Henry and Linda Goodhart. He passed away about a week ago. And then my next door neighbor, Mr. Marufo, he was Raul Marufo. He good old guy. I'm the oldest person living on the not oldest living on the block, but I've lived on our street the longest now. Mr. Marufo had lived there for quite the time.
So you're the OG now.
I am the longest living resident. I was born into that house. So what? 1983, I moved onto that street.
Nice.
And
Hold it down.
Yeah.
Since 83.
That's crazy.
That was a good year.
Yeah, so that's and I can't think right now either. There was a couple more.
What about Arturo? Arturo doesn't live down the street
No,
anymore?
they don't. No,
Artie?
There was a couple more sports people I can't think of right now. Kevin Green,
Whitey Ford,
Kevin Green. You've seen the beautiful long locks.
Oh, yeah.
Played for the Steelers.
Yeah, he passed
He's
away.
third in the NFL all time in sacks. He passed away this year. and I believe Bob Gibson owns the record for most wins as a pitcher, African American major league pitcher. Bob Gibson, I believe, were 2 deaths. I believe in the sports world. I don't know. That's pretty much all we watch at my house is Puppy Dog Pals and sports. I'm actually excited for tonight. The Clemson, Ohio State.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Puppy Dog Pals.
Yeah, new episode, guys.
The Puppy Dog Pal Bowl.
No, Alabama, if anyone wants to know, just beat the living snot out of Notre Dame, which is pretty typical of Notre Dame. Notre Dame is like the Oakland A's of the postseason. They get there, but they just don't do it.
They poop.
Every time they get to the big dance, they shit their pants like Al Pastor.
All right, any words of wisdom?
Full circle.
Bones?
Bad gas travels fast in a small town.
Damn. Here's mine. Free Britney.
That is relatable. I love that.
Nope.
All right, to all the men and women serving this beautiful country, whether it's air, land, or sea, cheers. And we salute you. Also to all the first responders, such as Bones himself.
Yes.
Hey-o.
Thank
We
you
wanna thank
for
you
your
guys.
2020, man.
Especially
if
this year.
anything, yeah, there was 1 year to appreciate people that put their life, not even just like obviously first responders, but I mean, even just working at the firehouse, all the cleaning, and that, I mean, there's just so much detail to every little thing now that it is insane.
And ambulance drivers and EMTs and paramedics, and if you worked at a hospital,
Or I was like
Thank
Bethany
you.
Home, like,
Oh, yeah.
you used like a year ago, your
What a
job
year.
was just hanging out with old people, having fun and trying to take them to physical therapy. And now it's like you have to walk in there in a hazmat suit and
well, I don't know if anybody else had to do it, but we had to take a pay cut too, because they're like, well, we're shutting down all these businesses, so the
Wow.
state's making less money.
Wow.
So now you still have to do the same job. You got to do a job that's harder, and you got to do it for less money.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
and you get to
It's like,
watch everyone else sit at home
just
and
sit
get
at home
paid.
and just chill
and get paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
But
So,
every-
anyways,
We love you, Bones. We love all of
2020.
you.
Bye.
There it is. Little delay.
So if my wife is listening inside the house, I'm going to stay out here with the boys and have a couple brewskis.
Yeah.
And please don't burn the casserole tonight.
Quick question, though. 2021, there was supposed to be flying cars, right? Back to the Future told us it was 2021. Because they were right about a couple things. In Back to the Future, the Cubs win the World Series. Remember, they thought that was a big joke, and then the Cubs did it.
Yep.
And then there was obviously hoverboards.
Hoverboards.
They came out.
Technically, they don't hover.
The only
but
thing we're missing is the flying cars. So if we
Well,
could go
I
ahead and
want
get
the
that going,
I want the shoes
Elon Musk.
Anytime.
I want the shoes that tie themselves too, and the self-drying jacket.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't skate on water. You need power.
Because technically that was supposed to be 2020, right? Or
2021, I think.
somewhere in this
We'll
vicinity.
have to look it up. We'll have to fact check.
They lied.
I don't know. It was 1985 was the year, so I think they just shot forward. Or is it?
Speaking
don't
of
know.
funny memes to end it, the best memes, there was one of Doc and Michael J. Fox in the DeLorean, and it said, "Whatever you do, don't set it to 2020."
That's
Yep.
actually pretty funny.
That's a good one.
That is a good meme.
So,
All right, everyone listening, we thank you for listening to this podcast. And if you haven't been listening too long, just remember you got to listen real good, and it's you'll get in there. So
Nice
everybody,
long day.
have a nice long day.
don't let your meatloaf.
YuSkool out.
Bye.